And we're live.
Are we live?
Are we live?
Ladies
Are we
and
live,
gentlemen,
guys?
boys and girls.
Guys,
Hello.
are we live?
Are we
Are we
live?
live?
I don't believe
Is this thing on?
Not yet.
Is it?
Am I live?
Oh, we started a live video. Yeah, here we go.
Oh!
There we
It
are.
is on? What?
So I better turn the sound down.
Hey,
it out.
how did you get it on your phone, but I can't get it on mine?
It just came up as it popped
Oh,
up.
wait a sec. Oh, I missed it.
You have
Hi,
Saffron Henderson
everybody.
blog.
Hello.
Hi. This is Andrew Francis. We promised him, and he's here. OMG.
And he's real, not wax.
I'm never late, right, Carl?
No,
Yeah,
no,
go bed. No.
never an issue. And Carl, and I'm Saffron, and
Hello.
this is Brian, and we've got Kenny over here doing all the tech, and Khaled is right here. He's also a moderator. Awesome. Oh, things are coming in.
No,
yeah.
now
Check it
before
out.
we,
Yeah, it's
before we
already
get
going.
started, I
Yeah.
have, Carl, maybe you might remember, I have some
Wow.
just drinks for everybody.
Oh,
Let's bring it
baby.
back.
Wow.
Now, you may not drink Coca-Cola, but I thought I'd bring them just for nostalgia's sake. Carl, you might know why.
Oh my
I do know why.
gosh.
I
Is it
do
because
know why.
they're of the era?
Oh,
Why
that one
not?
I
Well-
dropped. I'll take that one.
That one, yeah.
That might
That
explode
could have
a
been a
little
good gag, though. That could have been a great
taste.
gag.
Original taste.
Thanks, brother.
No, it's not a gag. I know exactly what it is.
What is
Okay, we're
what
already
does this
going there. We're
signify?
already going.
What
We're,
does this
we're
signify?
diving in here. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so what this is, I have the honor of having directed Andrew in his very first voice session ever. You were like, what, like 3 or something?
So, yeah, something like that.
You were young.
3,
You were like 9 or 10.
You were
Yeah.
9. You were 9.
Yeah.
And we were doing a dubbing thing. He was like the main character, so in for like the whole day kind of
Yeah,
thing.
day after day after day.
Yeah, it was. And so he was, and then he had a can of Coke that he had just there working on. And we thought, okay, he's really milking that thing. But what I didn't realize is every break he was going out and getting another one. And so somewhere in the afternoon, all of a
Take
sudden,
it? All right.
somewhere in the afternoon, all of a sudden, the sugar kicks in, and bam, Andrew was, and I'm not figuring, literally bouncing off the wall, like he was throwing himself against.
There's padding in there. It's a voice booth.
He was throwing
Look
himself.
what I could do.
And so Sammy the Squirrel, which was the show, the energy level went from here to all of a sudden here.
Yeah, Sammy
Oh.
got pepped up a little bit.
A little bit.
Squirrel.
Nice.
So all morning, Carl's like, "Can just a little bit more energy?"
It was. You tried to.
It was growing.
Oh yeah, it exploded.
Oh, we
But the
got
great part is that Carl thought that it was the same can until he kind of like peeked over where there's like a window to the booth and looks in and sees like 8 or 10 scattered on the ground around me. You know,
You could have died of that.
I could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You only noticed on day 3 in a row.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Anyway, so
Crazy.
yes,
Well,
yes.
cheers.
Cheers.
That is
Cheers.
so
Cheers,
cute.
everybody.
Of course, it's a
Cheers.
memento.
Squirrel.
Sammy. To
I
Sammy.
to Sammy.
Right?
This really looks like product placement.
It does look like product placement. We would only charge, in the low mills. That would be all Coke if you're interested.
We've got people.
Make us an offer.
Jovan from Serbia is chiming in. We've got
Hi.
Amazing.
Andrew from Scotland.
Why can't I get on the live?
From Serbia to Scotland. That's quite a
Wow.
impressive.
Get on the live. It's not telling me that we're live.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
Yes,
just
the
as sugary
internet
as I
broke
remember.
in.
Right?
Put it in the middle.
Remember?
I
Wow.
haven't. I think my
Good morning.
phone's not working. How's everybody doing? Khaled is very quiet over here. I think we might have a little bit of a tech problem with
Hey,
our...
Colette.
Yeah.
Cut 2, just asleep on the keyboard.
I see the cursor, but it's not moving. He's supposed to be telling us what's going on in the chat.
Why is he saying,
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good that you guys are here. Thank you for joining us.
Actually, speaking of caffeinated thing, this is. Do you guys remember a product called Jolt Cola? Does that ring a
Of
bell?
course,
Yes,
yeah.
my friend from high school was
Pure
the
sugar,
Jolt
yeah.
guy with
Oh,
the
really?
crazy hair. Yeah,
Jolt
Adam,
Cola was-
Adam Katz. Hey, Adam Katz.
That was my thing when I was in university. Jolt Cola. I didn't drink coffee,
Yeah,
so it's like Jolt Cola. Just what if the other
that
was?
was the stuff.
I think it was there just was all the sugar and twice the caffeine.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Did you
That's what it
know-
was.
That was like the
Wild.
one I wasn't supposed to get.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how
you'd
bad
explode. Like
Oh, we have to make Khaled moderator. If you could make Khaled a moderator.
Of course, Khaled.
Yes, and I just realized that in order to see everybody's stuff, I need to go be on a different account. That's what you have to do. You can't go live. You can't visit your own live, apparently.
oh,
Come now.
I can.
There it is. You can?
Oh well, I'm just not to my own account. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
There it is.
There we are. There we are. Terry Clausen's first voice commercial was for Joel Cola. What?
Oh, wow. Really?
That is
Who's
so
Terry
good.
Clausen?
Who's that guy?
Who's
Terry
that?
Clausen.
Christopher
Terry!
Niosi. How do you?
Terry!
Christopher Niosi knows all. He'll be in this chat,
Yeah.
and he's going to teach us.
Hi, Melissa.
Like, I had no idea that
Learn
was
us
Terry.
things.
Thank you for telling
Yeah,
us.
that's
so
interesting.
cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I remember when Terry was on the other side of the glass. Remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing
Exactly.
Jolt Cola commercials. and
Totally
things.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Been directed by Terry a touch.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Just a
yeah.
bit. Was,
Yeah,
did he
just a
direct
little-
you at Ocean?
No, never at Ocean. No, no.
Because
Really?
Carl is saying that Terry was directing at Ocean. I
directed
remember
at Ocean?
that.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
remember
really
that.
don't remember
Yeah,
that.
well, he did when I started, it was the first Mega Man series was going. And
Wow.
there's ADR stuff too.
Nobody
So-
remembers that one though.
Ron, like, right,
And,
that was a pre-line one.
that was pre.
Oh,
gotcha.
And then you were on the dub.
Right. Yeah.
And
yeah.
there was a
We've done
game as
EXE.
well. Did you do the game?
Yeah, I did the
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
And it went to
Oh.
2 rounds of anime.
There was 2. There was NT Warrior and there was .exe, I believe.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
NT
sure
Wars
if
one I
you-
remember
Yeah. Yeah.
particularly.
Did Andrew remember recording that test dub of One Piece from the clip that he sent?
Yeah, I do remember that.
So-
that was
Hey,
a
we're
deal,
back
wasn't it?
on
Me,
Colette's
I
monitor.
do.
Oh, nice.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, we did that, and then I see it's such a huge deal. One
It's a huge.
No,
Why
I
did you
didn't
guys
know
do
that.
that?
Why weren't you
I
the
have-
director for it? I mean, I played Straw Hat. It was years.
I have
years and
no
years.
recollection of
Oh,
this.
so this is so
Yeah.
because I know
Luffy.
I don't think it was me.
Character.
I've got a bad memory, but I think I would wait.
I think it was in studio, not you usually.
and
Right.
someone called him Luffy.
Luffy or Luffy,
Luffy or Luffy.
yeah, one of the two.
Colin would know because he posts about One Piece all the time.
Really?
So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Nathan Munson just sent us a clip, I was like, no way. And so that was you, and Sam Vincent was also in the clip.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was only, I think, for like one episode.
Like a promo sort of
A
thing?
promo,
or
yeah.
like a,
I think they took it down south.
yeah, like
Oh,
Right.
okay. Well, there you go.
To a cheaper place, a much cheaper
Yeah.
place.
Because I remember playing that character, but then I'd hear his voice in English and be like, that ain't me.
That's not
Oh,
I
is
mean,
that- or is it?
Hold on. Questionable.
Oh, Kenny just lost a laptop. Oh,
Yeah.
tragedy.
It's okay.
That's okay. Everybody's fine. We're still live.
Oh, the line.
We're still live.
We're
officially
officially
live.
live. Question.
We have a question for Andrew. Thanks, Khaled. What was your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite
What's your
Disney movie?
favorite Disney movie?
Growing up, I always loved Lion King so much.
Oh.
You know? I mean, and that JTT did an amazing job as Simba. I wanted to be a Simba, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good call.
Such a
I was
great-
Sammy.
Solid.
That's pretty close.
Sammy the squirrel.
Sammy, Simba, it's the same deal.
Wheelhouse.
Yeah. Sammy's well got about the same exposure as Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever got out, did it? If anybody knows about Sammy the Squirrel, I would love to see that.
I
Oh,
can't find it anywhere.
We've never
Bring it
found it.
back.
Yeah, it was
You
awesome.
know,
It was
we
claymation.
we have to figure out how to pronounce Joven's name because I think it's Joven, but Brian says Joven, and I'm not sure. And we love you so much, but one day you're going to have to tell us.
Well, we
So-
could say it, and then you can say it was
They've
A
got-
or B. That's the which
Oh,
our
okay. So
pronunciation
is it Joven,
was. A.
A, Joven, or B, Joven?
And somebody wants your tooth, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
Steve has
hey.
your tooth.
Well, okay.
So,
And
but
God
Joven
bless you
had
for
a-
calling
had a
it.
good
I have a feeling who
question.
that might be. Okay.
Joven had a good question, and we need to go back to that question. What was the question? You guys have such
Oh,
great.
it's Steve. Oh,
Here's
Steve,
a
baby.
question for Andrew.
I didn't
Good
send the
question
rest.
for Andrew.
Yes.
Oh, someone loves your work.
Thank you.
Like Tyrux, Dino Trucks. Ah, and yes, Nathan Munson is the master of discovering things. He's pretty amazing. Also, Nathan Montoya, definitely.
Yeah.
They're neck and neck for discovering things.
But Nathan Munson and his video editing and creativity.
I know
what
he
he's
does
done,
his own
how
dubs.
he manipulates our voices.
One Piece was also dubbed in 4Kids and Funimation. So, okay.
2 others.
Oh, did you like voicing Tyson? Tyson
Yeah.
is my comfort character. That's Andrew and Carrie. For Andrew and Carrie. That's
Oh,
like one of
nice.
your fan accounts.
Tyson, I believe Tyson was Voltron. And yeah, had a great time voicing Tyson. I wish we would have done more seasons of that, but
Would have been very
it
cool.
would have been good. But just the one. They it was weird. They like spent all the money on the like turning into Voltron. Like that animation looks so good.
Yeah.
And then everything else looked like 10 years ago animation.
Yeah.
Like it was just bad in between. And so
that's
like,
so weird.
when would Voltron only go like one season, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, when I watched it, I was like, oh man, the transformation looks so amazing. But everything else, I'm like,
I know.
watching.
They must have.
Is this Sammy the squirrel? Like, just,
They were probably like yada yada
Yeah,
yada
sure.
transformation yada yada yada.
yeah. For Voltron, do it.
We did it.
Another
Let's have the
question
question
for
up there.
Andrew.
Dende in the Ocean dub is for Andrew. If we can. All right.
Yeah. So
We need to.
my question about Dende in the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Kai is for Andrew, and then we lost the rest of the question.
Is
Oh,
there
we
a
have to
scrolling
scroll.
deal?
Carl, could you be a doll and scroll?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're trying new technology.
Oh, it's just.
Is for Andrew Francis. Sorry, I didn't specify. Oh, and of course, for Andrew, can I have a shout out from Mega Man EXE for my 18th birthday? Joven.
Boom,
Yeah, what was the name on that?
Yes, Joven.
Joven.
Or is it Joven? We never got the AB.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm going to quickly look through the chat to see
Yeah,
if
let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably answered that by
So
now.
should I pull this closer if I got to scroll?
I saw the one before. Yeah, sure. Yeah. What was the one before that, Carl?
It didn't.
Hey, it's Joven.
I'm gonna try and decipher.
You win.
Yo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for
I
clearing that up.
just remembered the Dende in the Ocean dub because I think they may have moved that one at some point to Funimation as well.
Yeah, no.
But then they're
I-
Well, with the,
It went south. It went south.
Didn't it?
Well, but that. Well, I don't know. I remember the story of Dende.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh no,
because I was saying you were supposed to sound
Yeah.
scared, but not too scared.
right.
It was always no, you
Oh,
can't. sound
you
too
remember that part? Like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is 25 years ago direction. He's like, oh yeah,
It
right.
was ridiculous.
Let's go.
But it was the whole thing was you can't have a child character sounding scared. It just didn't work with the S&P broadcast standards. So he had to sound more confused. It was always that no, can't sound too scared.
Really?
Or the network would have issue. Yeah.
Yet they could have me in a room
Even
for
though he's-
3 days straight.
Yeah,
doing the
so-
voice.
so
He's
you
being
can
like
have a-
threatened by huge freaking monsters, but yeah, he can't sound scared.
No one dies. No kids are scared.
Yeah, exactly.
4 Coca-Colas later, they threw me in the booth, and
Yeah.
magic was made.
Actually, sugar some
So what
prevail.
about that shout out as Mega
Yeah.
Man EXE? That's
Yeah.
for Joven. Is that possible for
Joven,
his
yeah.
18th birthday?
Oh, Joven.
So I don't know. What would you
Straight to
say
camera?
as Mega Man?
Hey, Joven, what's up? It's Mega Man, either NT Warrior or .exe. I just want to say happy 18th birthday. Woohoo! Enjoy the last of your teen years, because the 20s are coming, and they're even better. From your friend, Mega Man.
Oh, Mega Man!
And from
You're
me,
the
Andrew,
best.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Wait a minute. Didn't
See,
we
you've never
sing
done that
happy
before.
birthday to you on the last
Yeah,
line?
said you've never done that before.
No, I haven't. Check out my camera. Under presents. New deals.
That was awesome.
We did our rousing happy birthday round last time.
And Joven's chiming in from Serbia.
Can you do Lin
Yeah,
Chung
from
from
Serbia.
Hero?
Yeah, I saw Tanzania there too.
Oh, can
Tanzania?
you?
Yes.
Sweet.
Lin Chung from Hero
I'm
108.
pretty sure I could probably still do Lin Chung. Come on, let's get them. Go to classic hero voice mode. Done. It all
So
kind of
easy
sits in
for
there.
it.
It's just
So
levels.
easy.
You can make
Yeah.
it a little younger or a little bit older.
Oh,
That's Lin. Yeah. He's your Mega Man. He's your
that's
Tyrox.
beautiful. I love that. Any more questions? I think that what's happening for Khaled is the live is freezing for him.
Yeah, I see.
And yeah, that's wild. Okay.
Yeah, you're seeing that. Okay, you're getting
Yeah. We're having technical
As you know,
experiences.
as happens.
Okay. Works from his phone. Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, Joven's saying mine is EXE
Please
from Mega Man
hold.
Anti-Warrior.
Hold that thought.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're getting such love, Nathan Munson. Such love. You are so loved.
The love is flowing.
And then someone said, I prefer Tyson over Nate. What's that about?
I don't know either.
Oh, I
Is
know.
Tyson
They might-
Voltron? I hope so.
this is a really live. This chat is rocking.
yeah.
We're
Chat is
having a
rocking.
time.
What
you know-
challenges you guys the most in voice acting? Nathan Montoya, thank you for the question. Wow. Why don't one of you men's over here answer that?
So what was the question?
I know. All of a sudden,
What challenges you the most? Challenge you.
We know Saffron's. It's speaking.
Oh,
It's
Voice
probably
acting.
best I don't answer.
Challenges in what?
Challenges you the most in voice acting? Yeah.
dealing with stupid directors?
Carl,
You said it, not me.
it's their question.
In voice acting, I would say video games, because nowadays, if you get on a large franchise, you could have like 4 to 6 hour recording blocks, and the stamina and everything that goes.
1,000 lines in a day.
It can
be really
get pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, video games it's a different level of voice altogether. But
Most video
especially
games
if you're on
involve
Warhammer.
conflict, so
Yeah.
there's going to be dying short, dying medium, dying long.
the Walla libraries, yes.
Yeah, dying loudly, dying quietly. Short,
Yeah, everything's in
medium,
a
long.
minimum of 3s, right? So
Yeah.
exactly, between jumping, dying,
Yeah,
efforts,
just pure
and that
tactics.
And then
goes
there's
across the board.
actual lines, which
And then there's the cinematics, and if you have cinematics and if you have a fairly prominent character within that, you get a lot of dialogue. So it's great. It's just it takes a lot more stamina.
Pretty taxing, yeah.
it wears you out. I mean, dubbing is also can be, like you were saying, like hours and hours at a time.
But at least there's those moments in between.
Yeah. And you're the best at making those moments something. That's what the best conversation.
We
happens
converse
in
with
between.
Carl.
Yeah. We get in a nice 10-minute chat.
It's true. It's true.
great. It all ties out perfect.
Yeah, the relaxation piece is
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
No,
pretty
I mean,
clutch.
he's very good at making us feel comfortable, especially when we're doing a character that's really uncomfortable,
Yeah,
Right,
totally.
yeah.
Well,
But
one thing. Or say, go ahead,
I
Carl.
was gonna say, well, that's huge. Like, I think it's important that it should be enjoyable. Like, I think any voice actor who's decent is going to be able to do the job. But if you're actually comfortable and you feel like you can, play around a bit, you're going to do more than just what's expected. You're going to make it better.
Make
Well,
it
then
pop.
Make it
creative
pop, yeah.
things happen, Creative
Absolutely,
things
yeah.
happen. I was thinking about it the other day that with dubbing, we have just as many reacts or reactions as we do lines.
Mm.
Often it's like 50-50.
Yes, depends on the show.
It
Especially
depends on the show.
if it's a fighting show, yeah.
We got Dragon Ball.
Well, that's what I want to
Sure.
go back to.
Stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember back before, just bringing it all back of like how taxing it is on the voice, like video games and that much stuff.
Mhm.
Like back when Dragon Ball was starting, or at least maybe the whole duration it was in Vancouver, we didn't get paid for reactions, right?
Oh yeah, that
Remember
old
that?
show.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't get counted as lines, yeah.
They
I mean,
didn't
the
get counted as
time,
lines.
it would count as time.
Right.
Absolutely.
Session, right. But now they're actually sort of counted as, because
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to yell at the top of your lungs, that would be
Yeah.
Q.
Just
Q
throw
is
that
the
in.
Q.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing about that when I was a kid, because I didn't have to yell that much.
No, you-
But you have like the Scotts and the Bryans coming out and being like, after like 6 lines, but yet having said 200 things,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
yell
yeah.
for 'em.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So that was nice.
A Disney Mon said to Andrew, when it comes to ice powers, would you want Iceman tutored by Elsa, the Snow Queen, or Tinkerbell's sister, Periwinkle? Solid
Now, that's the
question.
question.
Gosh.
Take your
Answer
time.
this.
Take your time.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have a lot to
That's,
consider.
Can I
Over to
take
you.
a look at the two of them?
Yeah, we need to roll some clips, I think.
See who I vibe with. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen Frozen, and I'm not exactly too
Ice
familiar
powers.
with Tinkerbell's sister Periwinkle. But the ice powers, I would want to be tutored by. I'm gonna go with Elsa.
I would say Elsa.
Yeah. She's
A
got more
snow
buzz
queen,
right
like
now.
a snow queen's been around the block, right? You're not queen because
Careful.
you're new at snow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're queen because you got snow sussed.
Yeah, all right, I'll take
That's how I
Tinkerbell. Yeah,
feel.
she sounds a little. Yeah.
Nathan has a question for Andrew. How would older Dende sound?
Older Dende. Well, I mean, before he sounded something weird.
I mean, that was pre-voice change, right?
Yeah, it
that's
was.
impossible.
I think he'd sound somewhere in here.
Well, your voice.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got natural
yeah.
progression.
Natural progression. I think he'd sit, kind of in my register.
Yeah.
It was a cute sounding. Like I was like, because I posted a clip with your
Yeah.
VO on
Yeah.
it, and I was like, that's almost in the Goku Gohan vibe.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
it's different voice print, but still like that same cuteness and that same
Yeah.
age range, and because
Yeah.
they were peers, right?
Yeah. He
Ultimately.
didn't do quite the ass kicking that,
That's
go on,
okay.
yeah.
That's okay. Not everyone can.
I tried.
all right.
I mean,
That's
you
all
tried.
right.
One
Yeah.
of us tried.
Yeah, Dende was a gentler character.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he was a wuss. I mean, what?
What?
Whoa.
But never scared.
But he was protected. Yeah.
Never
he- yeah.
scared.
Not
Wasn't
not
it never
scared,
scared?
yeah.
Yeah.
Never
It's a
scared.
fine
at
line
all.
I wrote back then. Yeah.
Oh, that was a good Ice Powers one. Okay, so Christopher Niosi, no, do repost your questions. Don't apologize for reposting because
Yes.
it is,
It's
they're
trying to keep
flying.
up.
And we're also
Yeah,
like
this is
we're also having a reunion over here, so
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
our bad.
It's been a while.
So Christopher says, Andrew, I was tearing up hearing you as Mega Man again in the Legacy Collection commercial. Any story on how that came about? Definitely getting it next month.
There it is.
Awesome.
Just out of the blue, it was a total out of the blue thing, and just got a call, and it was like, hey, we want to release these games, and we want to use your voice for them. Is that possible? And I was like, yeah,
Nice,
let's
cool.
do it. And so it was revamped. Yeah,
That's great.
So it
Did
was
you
great.
actually record them, or did you?
They did a lot of the taking, and then some
So
new
you
recording.
you put a little bit in there, but they did. See, I've been in video games that I didn't know I was in.
That's fantastic.
Well, they let me know, which is good.
Yeah, because they do. They just lift them, and then you're like, why am I credited on that game? I don't think I've. Oh,
Guess I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Happens.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
That's really cool that
Yeah.
it's coming out. What a neat thing.
Yeah, it's interesting after so long. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Hi,
interesting,
Stephanie. Nice to meet you too. What's your favorite music? OMG. Let's do a quick tour around the table. Let's go. Brian, favorite music?
It's kind of tough for me to really just throw it into one genre because I really listen to the gambit of everything. I can go everywhere from orchestrated symphony stuff to really hard metal, so and everything in between.
It's tough to lock down like a
Yeah.
favorite thing.
But being
you know?
a musician as well, I mean, it's also I think I like to draw from a lot of that.
Yeah.
So
I know you
with
play
that,
everything, so
well, thank you.
wanna
But
listen to
it's
everything.
it's hard for me to actually just nail it down and say, well, this is my favorite. Let me think of that. Maybe I'll have a better answer by the end of the show.
Well, Andrew, right this second. Like, what's your favorite music? Right this very second.
Right this very second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, there's this new. Let's see. What have I been listening to? There's this. It's like
No, I was
Thermop
going to do the same
or
thing. I was like,
yeah.
Mini Pops, what?
I put
Mini- what?
What do you still look? What? So the latest I've added to my chill mix playlist.
The mini balls.
I don't know that, right?
What? Why didn't you know what Mini Pops
Mini balls
is?
are great.
It was, yeah,
Great.
before your time.
Why am I laughing?
Marion Hill. I've been listening to a lot of Marion Hill.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been liking that. Billie Eilish is just.
I
amazing.
love
right.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Lizzo, how about Lizzo?
I've been listening to a lot of Lizzo actually. I
She's
should.
my new favorite person.
Oh, is that Get Your Nails Done? Is that?
Feeling good as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. I even
And
quoted that in one of my
You're
tweets. I think.
special. She's just like she's just saying what she wants to say and doing it the way she wants to do it and just empowering people and she's awesome. Fantastic singer. And if you can find her playing the flute, it's freaky.
Wow.
So she was studying classical flute, walked away from school and thought she'd never have a career in music because she
And
screwed
lo
that
and
up.
behold,
Lo and
But she
behold.
screwed that up. Well, turns out the flute did come in handy.
Yeah.
How about you, Carl? What music have you been?
Oh man,
Digging.
I'm way too opinionated.
Yeah.
Went to see the Flaming Lips the other night, which was fantastic. I
Oh.
love the Flaming Lips.
I had a chance to get tickets to that and I couldn't make it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I've seen them several times, and it's such a
Yeah,
good show.
there's quite a show.
Oh, it's a
Quite
great
a show.
show and great music.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm right back.
Oh, we'll hold. We have a question for Andrew. We'll hold that for a minute.
It's gonna have to wait.
That's right.
I'm just loving Lizzo, and lately I've been on TikTok. I'm gonna start grandma dancing, but I'm sort of working up to it. But right now my account is a little bit more about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing all this great music because all the trending tunes and everything that you hear when you make a TikTok video.
Yeah.
And there's some really interesting, I love it. I love all the music. Posted a story, was it today, with a Kanye West, on it. I don't know Ye. I don't know Ye from anyone. So it was like a nice little clip of him. I was like, oh, that's neat. And my son's like, yeah, he makes really good music.
And then you pause for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay.
Kanye.
What about, so
I'm trying to think. My favorite band that I didn't know about until last couple of years, that has become my new favorite band, they're called Half Man, Half Biscuit.
oh,
Which one of those things, Spotify just sort of played it randomly off the end of something else. And it was
Yeah.
like, what the heck is, love those guys.
Steve, how is it possible that we went to the moon? I don't know. This is a
Wow.
We still have problems with Zoom.
Rocket bubble.
We got to the moon,
Yeah.
but we've got some tech issues.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's 'cause
I know.
they spend a lot more money to
I
go.
think
Steve.
I think we kind of overshot with going to the moon and thought that was,
Yeah.
then everything was going to be easy.
Yeah.
No. I noticed we haven't been back since.
Who's in the
There's been
cheat?
some wild stuff with the James Webb Telescope. Looking back, have you
Oh,
kept up
it's
with this?
phenomenal. It
Yeah.
blows my
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, they thought like right now, I guess they're looking back about 300,000 years before the Big Bang, and they expected to see all these galaxies that are about 300,000 years into getting ready to be galaxies and stuff,
Yeah.
and they're like fully formed. Like it's breaking the Big Bang theory,
mind. Right, or it's
Which is-
changing the timeline.
Yeah, which is just nuts.
That
It's
is
phenomenal.
nuts.
Like what?
I mean, even before that, just the fact that when I was a kid, the images of Pluto looked like somebody smudged a
Yeah.
thumbprint.
I know.
And now you can see like
The
detail.
heart, the heart shape. Like,
Well,
right?
you can see like formations. You
Yep.
can see
You can
topography.
argue it for it being a planet.
Oh yeah, it's
'Cause you
phenomenal.
can actually,
And moons, you can look at a high res. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That
It
blows,
really is. I
blows
love
my
it.
mind.
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
David, you were watching Blood Rubies. Oh, that's so cool. Kenny, feel free to pop in with more questions here too.
There's a question here
What's going on?
to Carl, Andrew, and Brian. Mega Man NT Warrior was so long ago. There were hundreds of episodes, but any memorable moments, characters, or stories from doing that show?
Mega Man,
Yeah,
Mega Man, Mega Man.
I remember mostly rude outtakes. That
There were a lot of great outtakes
Yeah.
from doing that show.
it was a fun show to do. It was. I really enjoyed it.
Well, one thing is, I mean, speaking of rude outtakes, so back in the time when these were flowing, there was a little thing called a DAT, and the
Right.
Oh, the old
DAT.
DAT.
The old DAT.
Oh, the dad.
And so I was,
Fussy, that dad.
Yeah.
right? I was a little bit mischievous.
No,
Back-
not you.
Never. Okay, maybe not. But let's say in a world I was. And in this world, you would save all of my little swear words and my little things that would slip out in my younger self.
yeah.
Make a little library?
And a library was made unbeknownst to me.
Yeah.
Right. And then one day when I was particularly deep into the Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
I was brought out into the control room and I was playing a collage of swear words.
Yeah.
And there was one number left to dial my mother.
Oh,
I knew that was coming.
These went away. And the work was finished.
that's great parenting by you, Carl.
Right? Yeah.
I learned how to hack the DAT and I deleted it.
No, you
That
didn't.
is
I did.
You did?
I also hacked the intercom phone and I was able to speak to the whole
Oh,
studio
yeah.
at once.
Oh yeah.
This
We
is
did-
great.
Wow.
This is one of the reasons I think the union changed the 9 to 6 rule to just a 4-hour time slot. Because
You are legend.
this
Yeah.
happened.
Andrew Francis,
That
you
is
are
manipulating the
legend.
system. I love it. Wow.
Wow.
11 to 15-year-old me running rampant through Ocean Studios.
Fantastic. I just
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
you calmly waiting on your mom's lap
Right.
in the lounge.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
Going
that's
to the
me.
studio.
Yeah,
And
that's
you were
That's
like
what I
17,
remember.
17 or 18 at the time, I think.
24, but whatever. It's all good.
And we're all just like, is this still
Oh, my.
Mom, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh my Lord, Naaman. Oh my Lord.
Oh, my.
We had some times. I mean, I have such memories from back in that day. I mean, there's a gentleman that we've semi-referred to named Trevor,
I do that.
who we knew would come up.
Yeah.
And I told you, Carl, I recently ran into Trevor.
Yeah.
on
You
the
sent a
island,
picture. Yeah.
which was so wild.
That is.
I was doing a movie, and there's Trevor in the background, and he's got a business going on, but he was there with his son doing some background work because it was skating outside. And he comes up to me, he says, pokes me, and I look, and I nearly almost cried. I couldn't believe it. It's been 20 years, right? And he's looking amazing, and he's got his son there with him. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
That's so,
and so
cool.
we had this moment. They told him he'd seen me for a couple days in the movie, and they told him not to come say hello to me.
Right,
And he
right.
broke the rules, and I was like, "Thank goodness!" And
Yeah.
so I visited him next time I was up there. But back in the day, we had a bit of a rivalry, I guess. What would you call it?
Oh, you guys are just a couple of.
You and
Well,
Trevor?
I guess we were kind of at the same maturity level.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
However you want to
That's
say
the
it.
one time I matured up a bit. Sorry for that. But we would get into,
That's fantastic.
we would chapter our days with like Lysol fights.
Yeah, there's Lysol fights. I knew that was coming.
Yeah. So, we would get on each other,
Yeah.
and
They
I'd
had
be
giant cans of Lysol.
big. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I get the biggest one. I made sure I got that first. And so I rifled it to the bathroom, the single occupancy, because that's where the biggest Lysol can was. And so I
Yes.
grabbed that, came back in, started on Trevor, because he'd been giving me lip, and he's much older than me, by the way.
Yeah.
Sort of my boss.
Super fresh, super fresh.
And so then he grabbed one, and then we both ended up in about a room about half the size of this, just full spray, eyes
Breathing
closed,
it in.
just spraying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So good for you.
Yeah, and then the button was then the DAT was pulled out again. The mom was called. Cola went away.
Yeah.
And back to work we went.
Got him.
On to the next cue.
And
That is the best.
all in a day's work.
All in a day's
So,
work.
Andrew, did you return to play Dende in the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Kai?
No, I did not. No.
Oh, you would have been too old. I mean,
I would have
simple as that.
aged out of it. Yeah.
Because you were, one thing I will say, I remember distinctly working with you on Monster Rancher.
Oh,
Oh, Monster Rancher.
Monster
Great
Rancher
show.
ran for 2 seasons,
Yeah.
but there was a healthy break in between them of a year or more.
2 seasons broken up into
Yeah,
because it was 110
it
episodes.
was a lot, but I remember the 2 seasons, big break, your voice changed right in the middle.
Oh.
And
There's a
Oh, I
challenge.
remember it too.
yeah,
Oh, because it was some tough. You and Randy had to make sort of tough decisions. You had to say,
no, I fought for you to stay on because they yeah.
you fought.
Oh,
for me,
hell
right?
yeah,
it was
yeah.
you. You're the guy who
Yeah.
kept me on as that.
Well,
My life
because
would be
they
completely
sort of
different.
thought,
It would be.
find somebody younger sounding right, because that happens, unfortunately.
100%.
But no, it was awesome. It was great. But you can hear the difference in the seasons. It's, went from,
He's getting older.
if you want to hear the change for Andrew, go to season 1 of Monster Rancher, then season
It's on
2.
YouTube. It's
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
episode 1
fantastic.
compared to
Yeah.
any episode last. Or
Yeah.
But it's so. I mean, thank you, Carl. First off, for fighting for me.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
That
Because-
is so sweet to
Yeah.
know that.
Oh, Carl.
I love that.
I mean, I love that show. I love playing that character. I love coming more than anything. I love to come and hang out. with
Yeah,
you
it
guys.
was a blast.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you guys to keep having me back and fight for me to be there, even with my Coca-Cola problems, you know what I mean? That I finally got under control.
Yeah.
You had me back. So thank you.
Thank goodness for that dad. It was a real
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
a good teacher, that guy.
Yeah.
Brian, somebody wants you to say something as Searchman. David. Hi, David.
Oh, certainly.
Oh, that
And-
was,
and
he
he's
was,
got-
he was awesome.
He's
Yeah.
got something. He's got, I'm trained to follow my net on's orders. I suggest you do the
Let me
same.
see what we got here. This is the shout out right here.
Yeah, that's the shout out.
I'm Searchman. I'm trained to follow my net on orders. I suggest you do the same.
It's very exciting.
I miss that character, that show. It was so much fun.
Aw.
It was cool.
He was very sneaky, always sneaking around, looking through his life scope.
Okay, now do the voice.
Oh, right. Didn't know he was doing that.
Andrew, what was it like playing Delandau from Escaflowne?
That was a super awesome time. He
What a
was
great show.
the most psychotic guy I've ever played in my entire life. Did you play a character on that?
Yes.
Yeah. Who'd you play?
I'm trying to, it was, give me a second and I'll tell you.
Sure.
I look back.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I'm not putting you on the
That was a
spot.
great show. That was a lot of fun to work on.
Yeah, it was, and it's a funny story for me playing Delandau because Carl was casting the show, and Carl, of course, knows what voice actors can bring and who he'd like to have in the room. And it was one of the rare things where there wasn't really a round of auditions, and so I was super grateful to hear that Carl thought that I'd be right for this character. So went in, did Delandau, brought everything I brought. I think you were right on point. The fans started going, "Oh, it's too young" or something, but there was a huge part that thought it was perfect.
Right.
But then, and spoiler alert, oh, sorry, someone's buzzing into my building.
Just happened in. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's one of those little breaks in our thing.
Can't be any problem then.
And you brought me in, we did it, and it kind of got in. Spoiler alert for anybody who's going to watch Visions of Escaflowne, but right at the very end, we find out that Delandau is actually female.
Yeah, which they didn't tell us at all. when
No.
we were casting it. Had no idea.
And they were criticized. They were critiquing you for sounding too young and too feminine
Exactly.
during the entire
The
series.
run. For the run.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
And then the light bulb went off, like,
Oh.
surprise, mother effer.
I remember you did a great
Yeah,
job
no
of it because
kidding.
he was a little psychotic, sort of really.
Burn. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, he had all the rage. So, yeah, I would just pull this back out.
Yeah.
Good when you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect when you need it.
Lethal when you don't.
I know. There's
Yeah.
so much going on in the chat, but I want
I know,
I
it's
want you
kinda
guys
zoomy.
to tell. Oh, don't forget that picture I sent you last weekend. That was Saturday. It was the anniversary of the first episode of Dragonball airing in Japan. Very cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You know what, Melissa? That was so neat to see. I wish that I got it on the day, but you didn't even see it till after the day, and I didn't see it anywhere on the internet. But what an exciting thing. That show is like a cultural icon. It's culturally iconic. So
really
thank you
is.
for bringing that up. Yes, love that photo or that little screen grab. Excuse me. Now, Andrew, we want to ask you about, you have a business.
I do.
Oh, he does.
And I mean, it's a business that sounds so beautiful to me. Can you tell everybody about it? You guys might be really interested in this.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Sure. It's so the business, like the physical location we have, is called Zen Den Meditation, and it came about after my let's say my Coca-Cola years in my 20s.
Okay.
Then I decided, I was like, hey, I'm going to switch up sort of my vibe and my energy, and I got with my partner who I'm with now, Carrie Bailey. Hey, Carrie, if you're watching. And she had this amazing idea that she wanted to have sort of a drop-in meditation center because she'd done that stuff. She gave up drinking about 7 years ago. Me, I'm like 5.5, almost 6. And she said it really worked for her. And so I was going to do Chesapeake Shores season 2, which is a television show I did for, 6 seasons. And in between, she's like, oh, you're going to do your dream job. I want to do my dream job. And I was like, well, actually, Daniel Ingram, who's a composer for My Little Pony stuff, he was leasing an apartment on Water Street, and he was leaving. And I was like, hey, I'm going to have this space. Shall we set up a business? And she said yes. And so 3 months into dating, we started building this business and meditation.
Wow.
I thought that I was just going to fund the thing, but then fell in love with sound healing and just all the sort of elements, especially the sort of scientific elements of sound healing and how it affects the body, and then into the spiritualness of it. And now we're sort of 5, 6, 7 years in. We were at the breaking point at right before COVID hit. We were opening 2 new locations, but that kind of shrunk us down a bit, and now we've grown back to where we were, looking at new locations. And it was actually a great thing that COVID happened, in the sense that it wasn't, but it made us sort of think on our feet. How can we expand this in other ways? So we built an app in that time called Everything Spiritual.
Everything's spiritual.
Yeah, and so you can find that on the App Store, Google Play, and we're uploading new sound baths. There's sleep sound baths if you have trouble sleeping.
I'm doing that. I'm totally doing that.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would love that. Those
It's
things
really
are
awesome.
amazing.
It's so great. It's
Yeah.
helped me big time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, we have in our studio, we have all these different gongs. So Yamaha makes pasty gongs, and we bought all their planetary gongs. And so there's this mathematician, it's Hans Cousteau, who takes all these numbers of these, like the orbit, and calculates all this stuff, puts it up against Aboriginal sound, and is able to find this hertz or frequency. And they're so finely tuned, these gongs, that it's as close to hearing what that planet would sound like as it flies through space as possible, mixed with all these Aboriginal sounds. And so we have like 10 of these gongs. You can check it out on Instagram, Zen Den Meditation. They're just, and you play them together, and the sounds are out of this world, so much so that people will have these sort of visions in this theta sort of dream state that we entrain the brain to. It's all about sound baths, our business. A lot of talking, but it's meditation, sound bath.
That's so cool.
And I love it.
Zen Den and everything spiritual.
That's right. Yeah.
You guys check it out. That is amazing.
Check it out. Yeah.
I know. What
Yeah.
a cool thing to do. I'm definitely going to jump in.
Sound baths are amazing. And I found that from this place here, the Integratron. Have you ever heard of that?
Right?
No.
It's one of the most spiritual places I've ever been to. It's in the middle
Wow.
of the desert. It's like Joshua Tree.
Oh, I have heard of it. Yeah. Yeah.
God.
That is
Oh, I
weird.
gotta
Especially
check
with
it out.
it was like out of body. It was unbelievable. And this dome that this place is in, it's kind of funny because it was originally discovered from this place. From NASA was doing studies on it one night. It's built on a magnetic spike on the Earth.
Oh.
And I don't know, I could get way
Like a
into it.
vortex, a ley line.
It's incredible is
Wow.
what it is. But they do these quartz bowls, sound baths inside of them, and it's very
quite
very
heavenly.
Oh,
quite
my goodness.
incredible.
I
So
bet.
I would love to come and
Yeah.
experience
Please,
what
I
it's
know.
anytime.
And they're doing a retreat in Tulum.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Well,
that's
there you
coming
go.
up. Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah.
soon, right?
It's soon. Yeah. We're gonna head out on the 4th. It starts on the 5th. There's this place called Casa Don Rey in Tulum. It's this giant resort. We're having only 16 people total. We have the whole. It's just a mansion though that they've changed into a resort, and we rented the entire place. And so we're gonna have, it's got like pools, and you have like rooms that lead out onto pools. We're gonna have sound baths, breath work, So if you are interested, go to www.zendenmeditation.com and all the info just pops up right away.
What
it's gonna
if
be-
Anime Time Machine hosted a retreat there? And we just like all our voice actor friends, well,
Right
16,
off.
16 or 30.
Yeah.
And we just all go down there and you guys just
We
like
could get
chill
into a
us out.
harmonic convergence of some
I
kind.
think so. It would be a
I'm in.
sound bath of a different sort.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
It
I'm
is,
so
yeah.
proud of
Yeah.
you. It's just incredible.
Thanks, Zaf.
Quite the accomplishment, my friend.
Thank you.
And somewhere, I've lost her name. Somebody's sick. Danielle wants you to say hi.
Oh, hey,
She's
Danielle.
sick.
Oh, I'll feel better.
Feel better.
Yeah.
Superman solos fiction. This IR underscore Goku said that Superman would I think would beat Dragon Ball or kill Dragon Ball or I don't know.
Good heavens.
Yeah, yeah.
Super.
Jury's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got like 700 years of,
Right.
powering up and going Super Saiyan and stuff like that. I'm not sure about Superman.
Yeah.
I feel like he kind of dances around time however he wants.
It's all quick.
Didn't he turn back time at one point? One of the movies.
I do remember that.
Turning the planet
Right,
backwards.
flying around the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
There is that.
There is that.
There is that.
My 3-year-old nephew at the time saw that movie and ran around the hammock when I was being lazy, crying, going, Lois, no, Lois! Trying to turn back time.
Did it work?
I was like, oh, God,
That's-
David, I'm
that's so
sorry.
funny.
Lois!
Oh.
Octopus M has a question for Andrew. Would you perform more voiceover or live action?
That's it depends on the day, on which way the wind is blowing. I like them both the same.
It's got to be so
You
different.
You're a double threat guy.
Guys,
Yeah,
Nicole!
You've been living a double threat life for as long as I can remember. Really.
Yeah,
I mean,
as long as I can remember.
right?
Guys, Nicole Oliver is in the chat.
Whoa.
She is one of the most talented human beings you're ever going to meet. Check her out. You're probably already following her.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Oh my gosh, she's a little pony.
She's a
She's
voice
on
actor.
the Dragon
She's a
Prince.
director.
She's a director. So talented.
She's so amazing. Yeah.
What a
we
treat.
got to-
Okay.
Yeah, we got to. I think she was my girlfriend in Hamtaro. I think she was Pepper and I was Oxnard.
Tell
and we
us
had a
more.
whole thing. That's where it ends. That's where it ends. It's in the vault. Nicole, we love you and we want you to come on a time machine soon. We're systematically going to have every one of you in the time
Maybe we can
machine.
get her on the phone right now. Let's get her.
You guys, thanks for the little hearts. That makes it so other people can see that we're live. That's really nice. And also, we have Streamily stores. So Andrew just opened his Streamily store recently. You can get a headshot.
Saffron helped me with these.
Yeah. You know what I did? I helped Andrew get the wrong Mega Man on his wrong Mega Man.
Mom!
Yeah.
Help!
Limited edition. This is a limited edition. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's limited edition right there.
So go
Exactly.
to streamly.com and find him.
Awesome guy.
And honestly, if you
Yeah,
buy
wow.
stuff right now, if we can find his store and figure out if anybody's bought anything, then he can sign it live.
Live on
Sign it.
air.
That says brand new store.
Brand spanking new. I see a few of these questions here.
I know they're flying in.
Alpheus, yeah, Alpheus from the deep. That was a strange thing for me. I did that with Kiara, who played sort of my assistant, and we did 5 episodes, and then it kind of just sort of went away. So I don't really know what happened with that character and that whole storyline. But it was fun. I know that it went up to the sort of season finale, I think, and then there was maybe an episode or 2 in the season after, but that was kind of a mystery, actually. So,
Huh.
yeah.
I was watching that the other day. I did a character of like 1 episode, and it looked like a good show.
Yeah, it does. And I think it was a good show, and it definitely looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they're still making it.
Nathan Montoya, your cookie cutter, your beautiful cookie cutter, he made me like a little Gohan, right? Cookie cutter, or was it Goku? Jeez, I love it.
I'm gonna say Gohan, but anyway.
I think it is. And a really neat 3D printer project that Nathan uses the 3D printer at school and does really cool stuff on it.
Cool.
I have a feeling that you're going to be doing this kind of thing with your life, Nathan. I think you're going to be involved in art of some sort. And They are at home. They did not get put into my bin. But if you keep coming to our live every month, one of these months, I'm gonna get it set up and bring it.
And make cookies.
You sent me. I know. I am gonna make the cookies for sure.
Hey.
Why did I have to go in the bin?
Hold on.
I was still late.
What else we got here?
Carl, Andrew, and Brian. I know Mega Man NT Warrior was so long ago, and there were hundreds of episodes you guys did. But any memorable moments, characters, or stories from doing that show? And that's from Christopher.
Yeah, that was sort of we brought that up earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
and
Okay.
But we didn't have any really.
Nothing poignant.
Just every time was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, don't lie. You're into death metal. Oh yeah, I am behind in the chat.
I listen to it all. I do. I'm. It's kind of. I'm so eclectic with my listenings, but I love it because I can kind of go into any room and just be like, okay, whatever's going is fine. You know?
Yeah.
Trippy Cascade says, "Hey
Yeah.
Carl, I have that T-shirt."
Oh, nice.
Everyone wants that T-shirt. I keep.
That's
I
a good shirt.
love that
Can I
T-shirt.
have that shirt?
You know, it's honestly, I remember.
And how are you wearing it?
You know, one time.
Exactly. Is it belted?
When he snaps his finger, it's new.
It's quantum stuff.
One time I thought, oh, you know what make a good shirt is that stay on target thing. You know, if I could figure that out, and
That's
I
a great
realized,
idea.
but I thought,
Probably
wait a
already-
minute, I bet you it's already been done. And you go online, oh yeah, there's tons of them.
Stay on target.
Lots of different
Stay on
versions,
target.
variations.
Every
so, yeah.
yeah. I can imagine.
Hayden
But it's a good
Brewer
shirt.
21 is asking, what would it be like if Shining Armor from MLP met Cole from Ninjago?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Have you seen Twilight? No. Okay. They're the same voice.
I love that. And scene.
And see, yeah. I kept it short and sweet.
Alex is asking Brian, who was your favorite Dragon Ball character voice?
Favorite Drag? Well, I mean, Majin Buu and every version of him, other than Scott McNeil played the big fat Buu, right? But he was just great because he was just so eclectic, and you just go off on a second's notice to just go on a ploy of destruction. And Kirby and I destroyed many mountains together. So yeah, I hold a special little place for him. Dr. Giro was kind of interesting because there was a bit of controversy with the way the voice print went over time between a split in direction. But outside of that, on a favorite level, for sure, Majin Buu. It was a great arc, fun time.
Wild character.
Wild character, yes.
Yeah. I've seen some.
Vocal frappuccino.
Yeah, I keep trying to find scenes between you and your character and my character. Every once in a while, I get close.
It's there. There's stuff.
Nathan Montoya has a very provocative question.
Oh,
Are you guys ready?
What?
okay.
Have you guys ever used racial slurs in anime or
saw
in your
that.
anime voice works? Like, how do you answer that?
It's a fine question.
Carl would
but
know
it's-
whether we go.
Well, anything I've directed, I don't think
It
so.
would have probably happened on Black
No.
Lagoon for me.
Black Lagoon's the only one I didn't direct that one. So
Is
And even that one,
it was way off. I had some pretty off-track lingo in there. As to whether was
Yeah,
it racially,
that I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to really do a lot of review. I just remember a lot of times going out there just like, well, I guess I don't need to drop an F-bomb for another month.
my
Yeah.
my character's
little different
voice.
thing.
Was, yeah, my character's voice was a racial slur. It was.
Right.
It was.
I
horribly
know what you're saying.
broad,
Yeah.
cultural appropriation. So.
Well, there's been those characters in anime over the years that are a little questionable in terms of.
Yeah, there's stuff I have done that's
The way
actually been redubbed now because of what where we are today.
How inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good. I'm glad.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with that at all. It's just interesting times to say the least.
It is.
But I don't recall any racial, like certainly anything I've been
Directly that one of my characters have brought through. No, other than voicing a character that would be considered today racially inappropriate to do.
Now, this is a question that I have. Like, for instance, okay, let's say there's a character in India and there's a character in Ireland, and I'm auditioning. And let's say, there's a show that we did together that had sort of an Irish twang to it. I don't know if we're allowed to even talk about it yet. We probably are. But Irish, right?
Yeah.
Totally accent.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a character from India.
Yeah.
Accent, right?
Yeah, I know.
Am I allowed to audition for either of those characters?
I
If
would
I'm
say
not
that
Irish or I'm
depends.
not
That's
Indian.
sort of up to.
In most circles,
ultimately, it's
no.
up to the
I don't think.
producers.
I think you probably get a shot at the Irish, but you probably wouldn't
Probably
be able
it's
to
just
do.
No, why?
Any
Oh, well,
ethnicity that's been prone to being
made,
made fun of. Or, you know,
right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, that being said,
Irish.
Irish used to be that, you know, it has been that way in the past too. So
Yeah, it's tough to say.
it's a
right?
very, that's such a,
That's the stereotype.
such a gray area.
Yeah, it's
It's like it's.
very.
I'm glad I still have my
touchy.
Irish accent, but we've lost half of our accents because we can't use them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it really, I mean, a lot of it comes down to maybe like just visible minority.
Yeah.
More,
Yeah.
maybe more
Yeah.
than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Because I mean, nobody has any big issue with putting down like a just a generic Eastern European sort of accent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, true
That said, or you know what
Like
I
a
mean,
German
so,
or a Polish or yeah.
or Australian, or you know,
Right. It really.
So it's yeah, it's an
interesting one.
it's a line that is blurred. Yeah, you know.
It's
I
a very
think so.
blurry line,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of us were used to going in and doing dialects of all variations, and it was just part of the job.
Yeah.
And yes, that house is getting cleaned in a big way.
Yeah.
Well, I think things that were maybe considered okay 20 years ago, or maybe not so much anymore.
Not as much anymore. Yeah.
And not that they were necessarily meant in any mean-spirited way, but just
No.
It was
Not at all.
just
I
the
think
go
it's
with the
just,
flow.
yeah, well,
It was following what producers, directors wanted, whatever the case was for the project, and I don't think a lot of was thought of outside of that. So it's nice to see the
yeah.
Andrew,
changes.
Yeah.
after hearing you in The Girl Who Leapt Through Time as Chiaki, is that who you were? I often wondered, this is from Trippy Cascade, I often wondered what you'd sound like as another time traveler, future Trunks, say, in DBZ. Could you say, hey, Frieza? Huh.
Hey, Frieza. Yeah, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Oh,
That
love
is
it.
so
I
gorgeous.
really
You
like
guys, we
that.
need to do one
Yeah.
like podcast just about that. It's
Where we
such
focus.
an amazing
Totally.
Mhm.
One of my favorite things to work
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it just had such
Yeah.
a nice atmosphere
The
to it.
tone of it.
So
was just rich.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, the pace, the slow atmospheric pace.
I mean, that was only one of the only, especially animes, cartoons in general, really, that had like a little mini premiere. There was a
Yeah.
little premiere in
Yeah.
like Richmond.
It was a
or
big
something
deal.
like
We
that.
went to a,
Yeah.
we went to a thing. I remember
Yeah.
we were sitting in like a little theater.
It was like it was a thing. It was a
Cute.
deal. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then someone gave me 2 posters. I have 2
Oh, nice.
posters.
No way.
I know, and I was supposed to give them to them for a screening, and I got sick, and I never got it to the person,
Oh,
and I feel so
no.
bad. And I have 2 gorgeous posters that Diana gave me.
Oh,
Yeah, give them to me. I'm a time traveler, not Chiaki. This is how he would sound if he was taking the posters back in time. Hurry! The portal's closing.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So there's another question for Andrew. What was it like working on Johnny Test? Now, this is from Jovan again, and Jovan is saying that show was a part of my childhood here in Serbia.
Wow, no
How
way.
cool is that?
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Johnny Test was rad. I mean, that started, it's on a couple different levels. Like I think, started that in my early 20s. So I was way high voice playing Gil next door, of course. Hey, Johnny Bro, hey, girls I've never seen before, and Dookie. And we did, I don't know how many seasons, and then it went away for 5, 6, 7 years. And then Netflix orders another season of Johnny Test. So we all get to come back and
Oh, that's
do
awesome.
it again. Yeah. So it's really cool. And I mean, it went through quite a few changes. There was a little known fact was there was another Johnny who played it. I won't say who right at the top, but then James took over, and then Dookie was Louis, and
Lou
then
Turillo.
yeah, Louis
Downtown Lou Turillo.
down Louis, and then of course Trevor Duvall, talented Trevor, took over. But yeah, that show went many seasons over many years. So whenever you hear a show come back, especially one that was oh my gosh, what's his name? Who's the voice director on that show, or the how is it? Ed Nettie, right?
Yeah.
He is.
Oh,
such a
yeah.
talent.
He's epic. Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember his name. Now I can't remember his name.
There's a pace that he puts up.
Johnny.
Mm,
We'll look it up. But
it's a very New Yorkish name.
yeah. But he knows what he wants so specifically, and I love those types of sessions in Chile, especially when there's like, you know, the voice director who's not in Carl's position, but sort of the one who sees the animation later and puts it all together. When that person has a very direct vision, sometimes the voice director in studio won't like it as much because he gets talked over a lot.
Yeah.
But if and in the session he was directing the session as well from afar, he wanted to know exactly what he wanted, and he would not stop until you got there.
Yeah.
Like, and it had to be the tone, the feel, and he would go 25 takes. So that kind of thing I love, because I think that, you know, having the experience that we have, we can jump to get to that place. And so the dopamine hit when you are there doing what you love and you get it on like take 1 or 2, you know, it's like,
It's feel good.
It's better than.
Yeah, he directed us on Monster Beach.
Oh, there was Danny and that was, is it Danny? No, but that was another one. And I liked him too. I can't remember. What
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It'll pop up and just
Someone in the chat,
wrap up
please.
here.
Johnny Test.
Nathan is saying he would like to see me play Laurie Strode, the Halloween franchise, and replace Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh.
Yeah, her hair's too short.
It's all that yogurt.
Yeah, it's just we need some long gray hair.
It's all that probiotic yogurt, Jamie Lee Curtis and Hawken.
Jamie Lee Curtis is also legend. She's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I'll eat her yogurt.
Pretty amazing. Can you do Tien Kwan from Hero 108, Andrew?
Ken Kwan.
No, it's Tien.
Oh, Tien. Wow, I don't remember that voice, but I do remember that Tien. I do remember Tien Kwan.
Tien Kwan. I remember that name too.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I just remember Lin Chung, the leading man.
Oh, Octopus M is asking, will Andrew be in the Mononoke? Yeah.
Mononoke.
Brain. Yeah. In the movie dub.
I don't remember. Did we do that together? Did I do that
No,
with you?
well, I'm not. I mean, I'm thinking Princess Mononoke, but that's, you know.
Sometimes we're not sure what we can say, how long ago.
No, but that's not anything we had to do with. That was Miyazaki.
Because I remember being in. Yeah, I can't say.
That's
so
kind
sorry.
Don't try to say.
There's a big one here because there's someone asking you to do the voice of Moro from. That's actually a pretty huge thing. Maybe we could drop into that for a second because I think a lot of people know him with Kirby was. And it was kind of a huge thing for Andrew to step in and take that, not only just for. I mean, you were tight with Kirby too, so I mean, it was
huge for all of us, huge for the fans, huge for
very emotional transition to say the least. But talk about banging it. I've heard your voice, and I was like, whoa, it's just so perfect that you got, you know.
I think that it was
Kirby would have really, you know.
Yeah. I mean, no one can beat Kirby, and that's why I always say that I didn't replace Kirby in any way. I stepped in as his voice is Cole, right?
But what a job, dude.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, it was interesting is the wrong word. It was a journey going through all like the studying process of playing Cole, right? Because I listened to Kirby from season 1 till the last season, sort of the changes that had happened in that, and then also just watching his interviews and stuff, and just sort of remembering Kirby was a very emotional process, getting ready for the auditions. And then there was a few rounds that we went through, and finally it got down to 2 of us, and we saw each other outside, and we said, okay, you know, whoever gets it, gets it. And when I heard it came through, they said that my voice wasn't actually the exact, like the best match of Kirby's per se, and like, let's say the lilt or the this or the that, but what it was the Kirbyisms or the Coleisms really, was just sort of what Kirby brought and how he brought it in those certain spots in the
personality match more than anything.
And I think that's just from knowing
that's more important.
Right. And I mean, it was close. Like the no one's voice is Kirby's voice. That's why Kirby's Kirby, and it's so authentically Kirby. But having known him for so long, right, I think that gave me a huge advantage, especially compared to the other voice actors' experience as well, but didn't have 20 years standing next to Kirby, you know.
Being his friend, we do that with speech patterns with each other. And we're close anyway, so it's very cool. That you carried that into the role.
But it was quite the process. But it was lovely coming back to the community. The community was like just so gracious and was very welcoming when they didn't necessarily have to be. And it was just a very big honor for me. It chokes me up a bit, to talk about Kirby and taking over for him. So that was a big deal and a great honor. So thank you for everybody who's been so positive, and R.I.P. buddy. But Moro was a great character, and I got to play with Kirby and everybody back then playing Moro, and he was a sweet bad guy. So he thought that he was the true Green Ninja, and he was always, come on, Sensei Wu, you told me I was the Green Ninja, and now I'm not? This isn't fair! And then in the end, he's hanging, spoiler alert, by the way, anybody who's seen season 5 of Ninjago, but he's hanging on, and he's like, it's your bro Paul, and he's, take it, my hand, Moro, take my hand. And I go, you can only be given what you want to receive, or something in that nature. And then he falls into the lava. It was just like this epic fall, you know? Or those, you can only help those who want to be helped. And then, no, Moro! I can't do fall.
Wow. Wow.
Actually, question, when was the last time you three bros were in a room doing a record?
You're not the first guest to ask
man.
that.
No?
Yeah.
Years, like seemingly a lifetime ago. And it would have to have been
What do you think, Cosmic?
something where it's have to be a Cosmic and or
I seem to
Coco.
recall it did it ever happen at Ocean? Or do we just...
yeah, we didn't do a fantastic.
I
think
thought
we
there
do a
was something
Fantastic
where we had
Four.
all three do. I don't remember.
I think we did a Fantastic Four because Mike played
At the end of that.
what's his name? The big yeah.
Right.
The rock guy?
No,
No,
that's you.
that was me. But
Yeah.
but Mike had what's his that's the I can't think of it.
Hulk?
No, he's
Can't remember his name.
that's-
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
but anyway, that probably would have been
Maybe.
it. Yes, I think so.
I mean, it had to have been a prelay, obviously.
Yeah.
I seem to think it did happen, but I can't for the life of me remember what it would have been.
Pretty sure F4 was the first, and He-Man maybe.
You guys weren't all in Ninjago together at any point, hey?
Yes,
There
you go.
Yes,
Ah,
that's why I remember
there
Cosmic,
it
because I
is.
kind of remember the
Thank
room.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. There was a photo.
And Dino
Yeah,
Trucks.
no kidding.
Dino Trucks.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because Paul and I were the two baddie dinos.
You guys
and
just
Mike
roll
came
up
in
the
and
three of you in a limo and
But Mike,
Well, love
Mike
each
wasn't there for
We
that one,
here.
though.
No, but I
Or
think
not.
he may have had an
Popped in for
episode in
one of
with
them?
us for
Yeah.
right.
two, but
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Wow.
Ninjago would be the one. I
Yeah,
think, but really,
That's what I remember, yeah.
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a rare
The
opportunity.
Dobson 3.
Good
Legends.
So David is in. Sorry.
I always call you guys the Baldwins of the North.
Oh, Baldwin's North.
It's hilarious.
Nice.
Oh,
I
I,
have a too soon joke.
Ah,
we once took a picture
Which
together
one's a bit
outside
rusty?
of Sound Kitchen together, like the three of us, kind of arm in arm, and then fans started sending in the BG brothers, but they superimposed them exactly in the same picture that we were in, and so
Oh,
they
yeah.
removed us, and all of a sudden, all of these trifactor brothers of the
that's
world,
funny.
yeah, we started getting posted. It was quite funny.
I want to see like you guys doing the Beatles walk, but then just have one other like
Yeah.
voice actor. Or like,
Have Scott McNeil also.
yeah, exactly. Scott with the hat on the back.
or you could have Carl.
Yeah.
Carl would be
Either
the
way.
one, yeah. So
Yeah.
that would be right.
He says,
Like that.
Scott, dude, I could play it.
Um,
You can play all three of the cameraman.
Scott.
love it.
Scott. You know it's 11:06. Well, now it's a little later. In Tanzania.
Wow.
Whoa.
Thank you for staying up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need a
Look at this
little
awesome chat.
caffeine.
Yeah.
And for Andrew and Carrie says it's 8:04 p.m. there. So cool. This is a bit global, this chat.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it is. We're very global.
Card captors. That is a
You're saying Scotland and Serbia,
Bionicle
of course.
Mask of Light.
Bionicle. That was the only
Bionicle,
that
there's a-
there was a
wow.
read through. Do you remember?
My brothers are on that. I never made it.
You guys
Oh, yeah.
have ways to
I did the
submit
first one.
clips. To submit clips. Oh, for you to submit clips to us? I don't know that I understand that
What's the
question,
question?
Trippy Cascade. Do you guys have ways to submit clips?
Yeah.
In the chat, I'm not sure, but I mean, you can always DM them to us, I would think,
If that's what you mean.
if that's what you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't-
I know.
Hold on.
But yeah, no, Bionicle, and that stuck around. I still hear about Bionicle.
Yeah, that's great.
What about
Good
your
show, too.
Munton voice from Inuyasha?
Oh yeah.
What that?
Yasha. I can't remember his voice exactly, but I believe he cannibalized his brother on a mountaintop.
As you do.
You know, it's a
You
good
know,
spot. You know,
It's as good a spot as any.
it really, it
I
kind
mean,
of.
if you're going to cannibalize your brother.
Well, the
Yeah.
KFC here, there's a dumpster around the back.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not bad either. It's just actually 2 blocks from here. That's real.
OMG! OMG.
Yeah, no, I don't remember his voice, but that was quite graphic. I think there was a lot of reactions, actually. Paid reactions.
Yeah.
And Ninja Girl was asking about a favorite role for you. Voice acting.
Genki was one of the tops. Just
Yeah.
loved playing that for so many years with all the boys.
Yeah.
And what other roles? I mean, I love
What
playing
are-
Connor, Chesapeake Shores, and
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, they were asking about it on screen.
I'm
so
drawing
that's
the
perfect.
Genki
Yeah,
pic
Connor
for
was a
you
great
right
role
now,
for you.
apparently.
Oh, wow.
That's Melissa, Love and Darkness.
thank you.
Oh, Melissa. Hey, Andrew, we talk on TikTok sometimes. I'm drawing you the Genki pig for you right now. We haven't had a chance to meet yet, but I've known Brian for like a million years.
Oh, wow.
But we can meet too one day.
Wait,
yeah.
you're a million years old?
Slightly over. Mel, you know that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see you again. She's out in Tio.
Yeah, you've got to find a convention for us to all come to.
Mm.
Like, I don't know, maybe you could start one. That'd be good.
Anime Time Machine convention,
I know.
right?
We're
Yeah.
going to do that. We're going to do that.
This needs to be a thing.
It's going to be at the Croatian Community
Yeah.
Center.
Or here in Brian's basement.
I love it.
Woo!
Just go around the back.
Yeah.
It's really just us minus
Everybody
me.
does.
If you guys could just line up outside, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Here's the secret knot.
Yeah, right.
So, well, there was something about, what was your SSX tour? Someone's been going on.
SSX on tour, yes, that was a video game I did a long time ago, where I got incessantly teased for being the first skier in a snowboarding type video.
Oh,
Have you played it? They're
And then-
asking if you've played it or not.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
They just unlocked Tyson, apparently.
Oh, that's Tyson. Yes, yes. Okay, that's the Tyson we speak of. I have played it. They sent me a copy of the game back in the day, and then I turned down all the other effects so you could just hear me. You know,
As
you
you.
do.
How
As
about
you
we
do,
just
right?
turn that down?
Yeah.
We're like,
Super
oh.
awesome. Whoa. Literally just a library in a row.
Yeah.
You know?
SSX is an amazing game, I must say.
Yeah, and I think they've done the iterations of it now.
Yeah, my brother's on that too.
Mikey, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the same one, the on tour version. But that was a lot of fun. Yeah,
Great game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Yeah, Tyson, that's what it was. Yeah, he was like the real hoodie. But I got
Hip-hop.
teased. He was hip hopping, but he was a skier. He was a super cool skier.
Mm.
But he was the skier, and so yeah, they made a lot of fun of me. And then you know, the tides have turned. So who's laughing now? Skiers are sweet.
Oh,
yeah.
I snowboard, but yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
nice.
Ew,
Do you
me
remember
too.
voicing Takumi on Nana?
I
Do you?
do. Yes, I remember. I remember Takumi was always very Hey, Nana, it's Takumi. He was too cool for school. Everything was way back there.
Too cool for
I was
schooling.
Junko, and I remember hearing you in the track.
Okay.
Awesome. I was her
Did you just get that same feeling?
I did get that same feeling. Like, it's a little, yeah. No, Junko, she was a very cool person.
Yeah.
She was way too cool for anything. Oh no, I lost our life. Okay, I had a good question too.
Would you want Iceman to be tutored by Elsa and the Snow Queen to tinker by?
we went
that was
for that.
awesome.
That's
Is that an oldie?
What a goodie.
Oh, I got to scroll up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Nathan, I adore you. Now, and I would have loved to have helped you more on your school project, but I'm so glad that you got a mentor that's like right there with you, because you're going to have a great experience that way. Also, you were asking about another Inuyasha character. Is it Heighton or Heath?
Oh no, that's
Heaton.
the cannibal.
Right.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that sounds
Heaton
right.
ate his brother.
Heaton. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That Nate pronouncing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Heaton, but
What's the
Heaton.
pronunciation he has? I'm on the
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
with you in front of the Hey, girl, yeah, is that you on the other side of the glass? Oh, this works too, eh? Yeah, screw it.
Give me pictures of Spider-Man. Man of spiders.
Yes. No, Heaton was the
That sounds right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Can we go to the pronunciation guy?
Oh yeah, that's
Heaton. Heaton.
So you hate those things?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Oh.
Heaton. Heaton.
Yeah, that's the thing we have to work with. Is
Do we have to
something-
say it like him though?
a pronunciation guide where you have like the definitive way to say a name,
Anything.
Yeah.
Japanese.
a word that is we're not familiar with, or
But they've cast a mouse to do the voice, you know? How do you know?
Yes.
Heaton. Heaton. No, we're not totally sure. We're just not
Do you
totally
have to
sure.
take that long to say it?
Yeah, when they would
Exactly.
draw it
It's
out,
not the
then we go
cadence.
like, but that's
But
not
not
how
the
people
cadence.
talk.
yeah.
So then we would still get in trouble
Oh yeah, you can.
all the time.
It's where the emphasis
Ooh,
goes.
emphasis,
the whole
yeah.
thing,
There was not the same either.
Yeah. Oh, they would.
Kamehameha. That's all I have to say.
You're right.
That's nice. It's what's great is when you get an ADR character and this Carl, you come in and guess what, Andrew? He doesn't have any flaps.
Oh, celebratory howl. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like
like,
Transformers. Remember doing that and just going in and like, have I got a mouth?
See, I played
Yeah,
Billy
yeah,
the
yeah.
Kid, who unfortunately did have a mouth. Dang it.
Right.
Exactly.
Some characters actually don't have a mouth.
Exactly.
And then you're just
It's the
like,
easiest session on the planet.
Catch me if you can.
yeah.
Or coach me if you can.
Coach me. Yeah.
Which maybe not a lot of people have seen. Go try and find it. It is
Oh,
out
it's
there.
such a good show.
It's so funny. But I
Coach
mean,
me if you can.
I
Yeah.
get to play the funniest character ever, directed by Karl.
And he's a soccer ball.
And he's a soccer mom. And they said, yeah, come on, Daniel. You can. And it's about sort of Daniel is this little boy.
Hapless kid.
Yeah, he's not all that great at playing soccer. He doesn't have the best stamina for running. And I'm a pro soccer player, not the nicest guy.
But
and,
yeah,
and
celebrity.
A celebrity, and loves every bit of it. And then he gets changed from a sorcerer, changed him into a soccer ball, and he has to get
a curse, yeah.
As a curse, and has to get this little boy, this rotund little boy, to be a pro soccer player, or I don't get back to my body.
Yeah, so it's your punishment.
But yeah, and
for
then
being a dick.
For being a dick, and
Yeah.
I'm just a dick the entire time, still to him,
Oh,
trying to
awesome.
get him out of
It's
it.
so good.
Come on, Daniel, you can do it. Kid's never gonna make it. It was kind of like Job from Arrested Development.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, and he kind of has that.
Yeah.
But he had no flaps, so we got to have so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, they would do these, like, I guess in those he did have flaps, so they do these close-ups, and he'd be down and, like, he'd be like, yeah, that's totally fine, Daniel, just run it off. And then they'd go into a close-up, and we'd go into the low voice, oh, this kid is going to kill me. Just take him down.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Daniel, keep it up. If he says one more thing, I'm going to slit his. Oh, great job. This is great. Yeah. No flaps, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That
was a fun show.
Yeah.
You're being asked if you remember your times of working on Transformers Armada.
It's Billy.
Billy.
I mean, I was a little, I was disappointed that I wasn't a Transformer, but if I go back and listen to the voice.
I had a lot of chats with you because I was red alert in that show. I'd always leave, okay, Billy. Or sometimes it would turn out on the other one. Were you in Armada and Cybertron?
Cybertron doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Billy might have.
They changed me to an Englishman when we went into that, and I was just like,
same character, but
same
English?
character. Just like, you're British this year.
Oh,
right.
fans are gonna love that.
Spent the off-season across the
Red
pond.
alert, transform. Red alert, transfold.
Really? Hey, wow.
It's been an interesting thing with conventions.
Yeah.
So what may have happened there?
Yeah, right. And what did? I mean,
I don't know.
Was there an explanation?
They went into that, into Cybertron, and a lot of people actually went British.
Interesting.
That's a good question there. To everyone, what's your favorite childhood movies? Just quick. without thinking about it.
E.T.
Bugsy Malone.
Home Alone.
I'm going to say Capricorn 1.
I know.
Capricorn 1. It was the first
Maybe actually
adult movie I got. Grown
Star
up
Wars.
movie.
Star Wars. I
Yeah.
changed it to Star Wars. Sorry.
Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars and Conan.
Hmm.
I like Conan too.
Conan? Yeah.
The Barbarian.
Yeah.
The original that came out.
Yeah, I went Capricorn
go.
1 with O.J. Simpson.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Was
You know the movie Capricorn
was
1?
it a slasher?
Nobody?
I totally do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
It's
good.
all about they're a mission to Mars,
There was another space film
and
that
they
was.
fake it, but then the capsule explodes, so they got to do away with the astronauts.
What's that 70s film where they end up on the planet and there's just the two robots that walk around the guy and they kind of develop a whole ecosystem together.
We narrow that down from the 1,000.
I know. Oh, it was just Bruce Dern was the.
Whoa! Yeah. I know the one you mean, but
It was a huge.
yeah, I can see it.
And the two robots that were kind of thinking everyone got very sad at the end.
I worked with Bruce
planet
Dern's ex-wife,
Oh my
Diane
God.
Ladd, for 6 seasons. I got
Oh,
so
really?
many
Oh
stories
my
about
God!
Bruce.
Wow.
Really? Oh yeah. Anyways, go on. Sorry.
I sense there's some stories
Nothing.
there.
Oh, he's such a character.
Yeah.
So I want to roll two questions into
Sure.
one. So one question was like evil or hero, and the other question was like if you were to look at your IMDb, would there be more evil or good characters?
No, that's easy. Evil.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got an evil voice. You've kind of got an evil voice print.
Let's see what comes out of you.
No, it just happened that way. There is a bit of a type.
kidding.
That's why I ended up putting together on my web page. There's like a running visual reel because I was getting so typecast into just okay, you got to do the deep stuff. So I put some stuff with more of the higher range stuff in there. And
Good.
it helped kind of break the typecast a little bit.
Yeah.
but really.
A bit.
It's a really
You
nice.
guys ever had that where you're just like thrown into a hole and it's like, okay,
Yes.
listen, I can't do other things.
Yeah, but
Never.
I would
No,
say-
no. You never played anything.
Yeah, I've
This
never
man
thought
is
of
a
it as
young
like
hero.
a
Are you
kid.
kidding?
But I mean, just in
A
terms
man
of,
with a chin.
but practically speaking,
Growing another. So,
practically speaking, in any given show, like an anime or something, the hero is going to be the one that there's going to be a couple of them that last the whole thing, and the bad guys get defeated. So there's probably more of them. So that's maybe part
So
of it.
more
That's true.
opportunities,
Just more of it.
frankly.
We're expendable, and they just keep making more.
But
So
you're one of
Yeah.
the goodest people I know. So it's very
Wow,
funny
thank
to
you.
me
Oh,
that
that's a
you
big
wind up
compliment.
doing those roles.
As good as story.
the cleanest
In
role
that
ever.
way, it
Not
was.
important.
Sure.
But
I got to play Buzz off in He-Man. And
There
he's
you
like
go.
clean and drained.
but you also have a hero sound.
Yes.
100%.
And you can do the Patrick Warburton anything,
Yeah,
right?
that
like
kind
I
of
love
thing.
those.
I can put a
those-
chin
those
on
are
it if
really-
need be.
Yeah.
It's just it's this charisma thing when you.
How about
he
you,
projects it
Andrew?
in his voice, and really it sells very well.
Yeah, I want to do it. That's all I
You're
had for a
professional.
little while. Yeah, it was just a little hero.
Remember
you know?
Max Steel?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
was
were
a ton
beaten
of
though.
fun.
That was the early days of that. Do you remember and then they changed the voice print around, and we had to kind of
They for which?
Max Steel.
What?
We all went through. We actually got 5 or 6 episodes in, and all of a sudden we came in that day, and it was just like, we need to do some changes. And you probably were perfect, so they probably didn't talk.
I think I took 3 roles from other people.
Oh, it was a
sorry.
crazy show. And
Yeah.
then the politics and whatnot that went with that show.
I played 8 characters on the show,
You had a huge.
and I won the
That's
Leo
a
for
lot of
best
characters.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Awesome.
But thank you. But in the talk of like sort of bad guy, good guy, it was Max who was, come on, Steel, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
And then there was Toxon who was, I don't think you can really do that. What do you think?
That
Fishy?"
was a crazy one for you.
That's
Right? He was so
great.
erratic and all
And
over
that
the
was
place.
one of the recasts. I think that's sort of what you were talking. We won't mention.
That was a total.
Yeah.
I actually had. I took a part 2.
Yeah.
In fact, that show was labeled in recast.
It was right off the bat.
No,
yeah,
I'm
that was
thinking about
Terry
it. It's
Terry
like
Class
right out of
directing.
it.
Yeah. But then
A lot of politics.
it was a lot of politics. Yeah, it was a lot of. I mean, it was a long-running big property, right? So
Doing well in Brazil, I believe.
yes, quite. It was before even. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Toxon would then speak to Fishy, which was great because my I guess how we sort of work it in voice is you kind of get paid per butthole. So
Right.
excuse me. That was the
But
next
in this
part.
case,
But everyone only has one, am I correct?
Well, unless the character has 2 heads.
Fused. Exactly.
Are you
Right.
sure 2 heads means?
This was
okay,
crazy. Yeah.
This happened. This was a real thing.
What?
Yeah, it was. There was only because at one place it has 2 heads. We're going to pay you 1 paycheck
Get
for the 2 voices.
out of my house.
But I had a similar thing at the end of the
2
series
different
playing more
personalities?
folks.
2 different
Well,
personalities.
that's an argument. I would take that
And
to
it was.
court.
And I
would
think
take that to court.
It was. I remember there was one where it went by that rule, and then one where maybe it didn't, or maybe it got switched because it was so different. But that was the original, and
Oh.
I've had that sort of be the standard in a few other things. That's not always, but it was. Yeah. But sort of what that leading from the butthole thing into actually it's still in the butthole is the goldfish had his own butthole, so
But they had definitively different voices.
they
I
did.
know.
This
And
was
personalities.
this was Kathleen Barr actually, and she
I
was
think the brain
Dragon's
would be
Tail.
more important than the butthole. The brain.
You would think, right?
Oh God.
Bub.
When it
World's
comes to your
changed these
voice, yes.
After TikTok, the buttholes. But so that they kept on. It was the show they kept on giving. So Max turned into Toxon, which I was really fortunate to get after 5 or 6 episodes and revoice. Who then spoke to an inanimate fish. Who was like, "What do you think, Fishy?" And then the fish was, "I think you should do it, Toxon." And he wore a little top hat and had a cigar.
Aw.
And then there was these Elementors. So there was Fire Elementor, who was very fiery.
Earth and the whole deal.
Earth was Brian Drummond, and then I was Air. And Air always made fun of me because I go, everything was hands like that when he talked.
This is
And I couldn't do it without that.
Sweeping breaths.
It had to be like that.
well at voiceover class we teach people to physicalize, and that's a beautiful example
Right?
of physicalizing, especially with like an anchor
Yeah.
kind of sound or move vocally.
To
You know,
get
a
to
little
drop you in.
physical- Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Well, we Slug Terra was a fun show, and I remember the
Oh my
drop in for
gosh,
that was
right.
man Eli, and then boom, you just go. You know.
That's funny you call it a drop in and I call it an anchor, and it's really exactly
Same
the same
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I see here there's a hello from Jason Simpson, Cole Howard, Jack Cox, and Aiden Drummond.
Whoa!
Where are you?
Legends,
What
what
are
up?
you doing? Where are you?
They're chiming in.
Mom!
This
Come
is-
in! Call them! Get him on the phone! Call him!
I think it's on Jason's yeah, so
Oh, that's awesome.
That is hilarious.
Are you guys on the
Oh.
road? They must be on the road.
Where are they? What are they doing? Why
I'm
are
hoping they're all huddled
How are they
around
together?
one phone.
Yeah, on a Sunday.
Yeah. Like there's a fire close by or
Yeah.
something. Like this is what I'm picturing.
oh,
Oh,
they're all on
that's
a VW
beautiful.
bug.
Yeah.
They're all
Oh,
on
with a VW bug. Yeah.
I want to see him come out.
It's on blocks, on the wheels, but it's still
Or maybe they're picnicking somewhere. I
in the
don't know.
VW bug.
In the
Yeah.
bar, on blocks.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty talented actors.
Well, Jason
Yeah.
Simpson was here for our last
He
I
was
saw that,
here.
yeah.
This is our last
Yeah.
game. We're gonna get every single one of you in here, and then we're gonna get every single one of you in here, like
Right?
actually piled up on top of each other. It's quite a community.
stack of actors.
Oh,
Yes, the stack of actors.
Stack of actors. Yeah, lots of socks and a stack of actors.
Well, how many buttholes? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Same price.
Oh, we're all buttholes here.
Flat rate. Flat rate.
We're surfers.
Barrel of buttholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Have
Yeah,
we talked about hack roots? Hack roots.
I really like that show.
Yeah.
That was a kid that I had been missing. Did you direct that?
No, I didn't.
You
So I hated
directed
it.
that. Oh.
Oh, you hated it?
No, I'm kidding.
I automatically hated it as well.
I didn't do it. I don't want to know.
Haseo.
We're for you, Carl.
I hadn't played the lead in a like a nice 26 episode anime in a while, and then that came along, and I was so stoked because I was like, this is the thing, and so then went in and booked it, and like had a really good time like watching the old stuff. Like that was one of the only shows that I've really gone and watched the old ones, got the real tone. Don't tell him Carl. But this is and try to do it because it's just kind of a new era, I guess. And one of my first sort of leading roles as an older whatever. But I had a lot of fun working on that show, Hack Roots.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Someone asking you to do
Super Boo, you got any Super Boo?
Sama Whale.
Got any Super Boo in you, Brian?
Super Boo. You will die, Gohan.
Oh, and then what do I say? Leave my dad alone!
See, exactly.
We stopped
And-
paying her after the first two O's, right?
Carl, just give me the cue.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing.
It's one of these.
Yeah, yeah.
And it zooms out, and it zooms out, and it zooms out, and it zooms out.
Yeah.
Got it. Great.
Well, that's one of my memories of directing Dragon Ball Z back in the day. I remember there'd be, and not just one character, but there'd be like a line on the page, and it was just like, power up, yell, continues over cuts.
Continues over
And then halfway down the next page is continue, power up, yell,
Continues.
So what that meant is they had to scream for an entire page under everybody's lines,
Yeah.
and then just grab another breath, "Ah!" and then do it again for another, continues over cuts, and just
Chop,
pages.
crossfade.
And that's,
Pages of
I
continuing.
remember that because I would be like, oh, it's still, so my lines would be over like 4 pages.
Yeah.
And Carl would be like, I have some bad news for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About this
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
scene. Maybe we'll do this one later. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you
Let's-
talking about?
should we
He
come
goes,
back to that?
well, even though you only have technically 6 lines,
Yeah.
it
It
doesn't
is
stop.
one yell.
It's
Yeah.
just one
Yeah.
giant yell. And
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
then at $1.50 a line. You watched that with your $8 after
Yeah,
4
yeah.
plus a session fee.
Bleeding Larry.
$12.50 total.
Yeah.
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 Bleeding mouth.
trying to find Andrews.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
You've cut your feet on all the shards of the
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
at the bottom.
oh, no wonder that particular booth is a bit worn down.
Yeah. Right.
If you go into that booth and you look at, there's
Sign.
there's the sign. Have you seen my tag? Do you see my tag?
No.
Oh, I tagged it back in 09. That was a retag.
Well, then
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have AF 09, and because it says don't bring any electronic gear around here,
Yeah.
whatever, which is prehistoric in itself.
No.
There's
Yeah.
magnetic
No
tapes
magnetic
inside.
tapes.
Well, they were
Behind
storing
there.
tapes in there for some cause.
In the voice booth, where we're probably gonna bring magnets.
Yeah,
We're not
I
gonna
just- 'cause
stop
you do.
us.
We
Yeah,
practically
Yeah.
are
Oh,
magnetic
that
this
magnet.
way.
Where am I going to put it?
You didn't
So-
have no magnet, did you?
Boom.
I saw AF, but I thought it was a swear or something. Like
Well,
I seriously
to some
thought it was a
people.
swear.
Andrew Francis.
Ah, not frantic.
And like the
Yeah.
paper's curled on the like it's just a piece of paper with like taped to the thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all curled. Yeah,
Showing its
because
age.
It's
Yeah.
been there for what now? Yeah, over a decade.
25
I think we
years.
should
way.
go.
Well, no. Well, that one's been there for almost 15 years, but
Yeah.
it got replaced.
You guys, we should break in.
Yeah.
What?
We should break. Don't
Don't tell
listen.
Carl.
Yeah, la la la.
After hours, we go in there and we find out what's really in that cupboard.
I hear it's like, I hear it's like this. Have you seen the Seinfeld episode where George goes to that meat packing factory and he goes there and it's one thing one night, but then he goes back and it's not the supermodel club that it was the night before, and he could have sworn it was. Anyways, I'm guessing Ocean's not that.
Yeah, I think the truth would be a lot less
But
interesting.
that cupboard could be like the Lion Witch and Wardrobe. Like, we don't know. They've
Yeah.
got that like very strongly worded sign.
Yeah. What is actually back there?
And
Good
it's
call.
like they've
Yeah.
let it sort of fall apart a little bit. So no one's really going to be, it's like no one breaks into my car or my house because I just don't keep them, particularly nice.
Yeah,
Like, I don't-
anything.
it's
It's
my
kind of a deterrent.
zero curb appeal, right?
Yeah.
That's my strategy.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening
I
there.
think that's what they're doing.
What's actually in there?
Oh.
Hmm.
Spill it. Okay. What are these
Ocean
magnetic
files.
tapes you've got?
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's probably literally like some show that like has been obsolete, like Spiff and Hurt Emmonies or something. A show that happened way before I even started.
So you don't get curious about it?
Precious.
You don't think it's like
Not really.
somebody's old stash or anything?
I know it's gonna be nothing that interesting.
Oh.
It might be a cool show, but it's gonna
It's gonna
if
be.
there's even tapes there.
No, I don't think it's tapes. It's
No, something
Could be
else.
dust
Yeah,
in
it's like
there,
a
yeah.
stash of some sort.
It's a
from
freaking
everywhere.
portal. It's a portal.
It's a
It's a
vortex.
portal.
It could be.
Yeah.
That'd be a great. There's something waiting to be written.
Oh,
Takes you
Horcrux.
straight to Tulum. By the way, we're having a retreat in Tulum coming April 5th. Check out the
Zen.
details on www.zenmeditation.com.
Yeah.
Oh, also our Streamily
And we're
stores.
back. Yes, right.
Don't forget
Also,
We
those.
have,
I'll sign this for you now.
yeah,
Right now, we'll all sign.
yeah, we'll sign them.
Just
We'll
go.
sign them in person. I just, you just got to go to the store. It's at the link in the bio, like that. And Andrew Francis, he's got his own store, and he may have been tagged to go into the Anime Time Machine store, but if he's not, you got to go to Andrew Francis.
Slash in your pants.
So
Something like that.
some high quality prints. Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
Thank you.
We got the glossy 8x10.
What do we got here? We got Dende, we got Max Steel, we got
Yes.
Landau, Genki, Lance, not Tyson. That's what I got wrong. We got
Shining
Armor.
Shining Armor. Who's that one there? I don't know which that one is. That
Oh, I
is
hope
that
it's
Takumi?
you.
Takumi?
I really hope it's you.
I think it is. And then of course we got that's Beyblade. Yeah. Beyblade's just-
Oh, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you're ripping right there.
Yeah.
Is your mobile
Let
Gundam guy on there? You have a mobile Gundam.
Oh, that would be what, Azrael, I
That's
think?
not that.
No,
is it?
that's Chiaki, isn't it? I think that look is
like
going to
Gundam.
leap through time. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Comes
That
with me
look.
through
I
time.
love that. Beautiful.
Spoiler alert.
That might be him.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah,
Look at that. He's sitting right on his.
yeah. He's having a
I'd
nice
rather
seat.
review my graphics.
I will literally sign this one for you. Head to Streamily.
Yeah.
Something about
No lie. This is a limited edition wrong Mega Man.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have to pay either an Ian Corlett, royalty on the end of this.
Like, saw what you were signing online there,
Maybe a
Drew.
Vincent Tong. Yeah.
Oh, for Carl and Brian, if you ever wanted to see a live action Dragon Quest, there is a direct-to-video movie called Dragon Quest Fantasia video. It's on YouTube. That's Hayden. Oh,
Dragon Quest.
Come on, really? You schooling us right now? What's going on here?
wow.
Yes,
We're
I'd
being
like to see that.
schooled. We're being schooled.
Andrew, a few years back, you did a guest role in the indie animation. It was making a low demon kind of voice, and it meant the world to me. Huge thanks for that.
Aw.
Demon type of voice, probably somewhere in here. I get a little crazy.
He wants me to do Samuel Whale from Hero 108.
Samuel, oh my gosh. What?
That's from David.
David.
Where do you come up with that
Wow.
stuff?
That's all the way from Tanzania.
What?
That's where that question comes
That's you know more than I. I can't. I mean, I believe Samuel was probably somewhere in this. I would think whale big. That's where I go with it, and I think it was there. But man,
Wow.
David, you.
I know. He's staying up late too. Like, I'd be tired. This guy is coming up with
Samuel the whale. Wow.
I have a question for you, Andrew. Were you in Tico and Friends?
Yeah.
What was his name? I remember you were, but I'm trying to remember the
Yeah, right.
You were like the little
I was
kid.
a little kid. It was Chantel.
Chantel was a girl, and you were like the one who showed up.
Was Ron in there? Ron was something maybe.
Ron
Who?
Halder, you mean?
Yeah.
No, David Kay was the dad.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
Oh, no,
back in
Ron
those
was
days.
up in the other studio.
Yeah, David Kay. Don Brown was the
Magic Roof spells or something.
and Venus Terzo was in it.
Right. Yeah.
Venus.
Yeah.
Oh, she's such an amazing actor.
I can't remember
love her.
what the name was, but I do remember it, and that was one of the earlier ones.
I can see him, and I remember like you would show up. You weren't in every episode. You showed up a bunch, right?
Yeah, just here and there,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah,
when
you're
the
pretty
kids
young
were along. Yeah, I was young then for sure. That was
Yeah.
That was pre-Monster Rancher, post-Sand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was right in the start of things.
So
Oh, boy.
Octopus asked if anybody could speak a different language and would they do voice work in that. I'm out. I did high school French.
Yeah.
Un petit peu
And
français.
high school
Yeah,
Spanish.
my French isn't
Correspondence.
strong enough. I was born in Montreal, even though I feel terrible that I don't have enough.
You actually-
born in Châteauguay.
But how long did you live there?
I lived there for like a year, then was whisked off and raised in England.
So you were
that's right.
small. So to your
Yeah.
credit, you couldn't.
I've got full credit. Not my fault.
You would be speaking
I tried.
French like a
taken away.
1-year-old anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
which
It'd be
is
embarrassing.
Theoretically.
Yeah, no, I could do a really like a great fake, like from Montreal.
Yeah,
Sort of.
de
Qu'est-ce que
capable.
parce que je m'accordais, je sais, bon, qu'est-ce que on va faire? Tabarnak, go.
We can sound like we're from places.
Yeah.
Sure we can.
See, I don't even know if that what I just did was okay.
I know.
I
I
remember
know.
getting like letters from
I
Eastern
know.
Canada being like
Once again,
canceled. Don't come back to
culturally
Quebec.
appropriating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be a party anyways.
This
Don't
is
come
why
back.
we want to be our own country.
Yeah, right. Get away from practice. Tabarnak, Lisa.
Oh yeah, I know some other French swears.
Those are the only ones I know.
Wow.
They're
Yeah, you
they're a
can
big
go on.
deal. They're a big deal.
I had a great time in Montreal. I filmed a movie there for 6 weeks, and I was there with, I just met my friend and now really, really best and good friend, Grayson Holt. And
Oh,
we
wow.
went there, and we met sort of on the plane, and we got there, and it was like the dead of summer in Montreal. Just for Laughs was happening. The Jazz Fest was happening.
Oh, perfect timing. right?
Like it was
I
just
love Montreal.
everything. So we would get on the Bixie bikes and ride around and just have the absolute just best. And the place that we were staying, every Thursday night, there was like the biggest party in Montreal, the St. Paul's Hotel on, I guess, St. Paul's. And we would go to it, but our Friday was like the Monday of the movie. So this is back when I was still drinking. We would just show up hungover as all get out
Yeah.
to set. But it worked with our relationship somehow. We both got nominated for awards for it and stuff
Wow.
like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but we had the best time in Montreal. It was so much fun.
It's a fun city. I've been a long time.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just so
Like
much
30
fun
years.
there.
Yeah.
Old Town's it's just
Me
amazing.
too. Very long time.
And there was a different, like, and you probably remember, like, you know, Vancouver's been loosening up a little bit now, but like the idea of just like sitting on the street on just a little table and like having, let's say back then, like a beer and like a little meal and being able to sort of be on the sidewalk having a drink and having, whereas here you're like behind a gate and like now it's opening up a
Exactly.
little bit more.
It's fine.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, exactly.
But it was just so much more
We can
free.
drink in parks.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
by the way, you could bring your own bottle of wine to a restaurant. Of course,
That's right, yeah.
And
Pork
there's,
service and
there's
all
places now you can do that.
For sure
Yeah.
we can.
It's coming
Well,
around.
not then.
This
No.
was, this was back in 2012 when I was there.
We're
Yeah.
growing
Like
up.
92 when I was there.
2010 even.
Jelani
Wow.
says, "What is everybody's favorite voiceover
This is another, is there Jelani or Yelani?
voice ever done?" Oh, Yelani. Oh, okay. You already asked it.
I know Yelani.
You know Yelani?
Mhm.
Sorry about the way I said
Well,
your
no,
name wrong.
she's from the Netherlands,
Oh,
so it's
wow.
probably her. She's staying up. Or well, actually,
Oh, this is so cool.
yeah,
Impressive.
we're worldwide.
This is so worldwide.
But don't use any accents. What's everyone's favorite voice? We're done. Picking a
With
favorite.
that, you had another one.
Picking favorites is hard.
Tough to pick a favorite. I think it was my favorite experience was probably doing that episode that got me the Leo, because I mean, and Brian, Saffron, you can attest to this, is speaking to yourself is like kind of a dream of a voice actor.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's so much fun, and it's something that you don't. It's like the Mel Brooks style, where you know
Yeah,
you do it, or I mean, you just
Not
you
a
know,
lot of directors will give you the ball. It's like, okay,
No,
can you do it?
usually
But,
they're like,
it
we'll
does
just pick
happen
that.
every once in a while.
It's a risk. It's always a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. But being able to, and like literally having 4 or 5 pages. I mean, the 3-minute clip I sent in, I was a shoo-in that year for it, because I sent in 3 minutes and they said, okay, well, what voice did you out of all these characters? I said, I did them all. Right? So that was a
Right.
very easy thing to,
So fun.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
Right,
so
yeah.
much fun. And they're like, whoa, right? And so I think that was probably
That's a peak
highlight.
experience,
It was
right?
A peak experience.
For sure, for
Definitely.
sure.
More so than any one voice, I would say.
I love the Dragon Ball
Right.
and Dragon Ball Z voices that I got to do, the Goku and Gohan, but
They're so iconic.
I love Oxnard from Hamtaro so
Yes,
much, right?
yeah.
'Cause
I'm tired.
first of all, that was one voice that I never heard.
Yeah. No, that was a new one.
I
for-
could
for
do
me,
like
hearing it
8
from you.
hours of that easily.
Yeah.
Where's that? Can we hear?
Oh, my name's Oxnard.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds so
Oh,
cute.
Hamtaro, can I come with you? And then what he was doing most of the time was running like this. Bada, 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 and then you'd like totally.
No, I watched Hamtaro.
You
Taro.
did?
Yeah, I watched it. Like, but it was
Fanboy.
mostly my brother watching it. Okay, he was 4 years younger than me, but I did watch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
it was a fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
was
I
a
loved
very
it.
fun
Yeah,
show.
it was so fun.
Oh, that's super cool.
Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Mutation. I did dub something in that. I did. I do remember that.
One of the first times I ever went to Ocean, I remember it was like maybe like Matt Hill, possibly Mikey D, standing at the front, and I was fresh on the scene, and I remember them being like, "Oh yeah, no, we're the voices of the Ninja Turtles." I was like, "What?" Yeah, right? Boom. Michael was Donatello, I think, and Maddie was Raphael. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of what they would sort of match into now, knowing them. But I remember that kind of blowing my mind a little bit.
It was
Were you one?
The Dragon Prince.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I remember that was kind of my first being like, this is the big leagues.
Yeah.
I'm
Shavik.
I'm hanging with the turtles.
Crazy
The
Days of
turtles.
Shavik. That
The
was like,
actual turtles.
Yeah.
I know.
that then takes me back into Adam's Family days. Oh my god.
Wow. Adam's Family.
Yeah, I used to
I
be
was
cousin
in-
it on that.
No way. Wow.
So wait a minute, who was the hand?
I'm trying to remember now.
And what's that called? That's not Cousin It. The little hand.
No, what was the hand?
Did it make noise with like, or I thought it was just moved.
Yeah, I think it just moved.
I
The
mean,
thing is because our
yeah.
friend Sarah Johns played Goldenfinger, the girlfriend of the hand in the show.
Right. Yeah.
And she
Right, I
and
forgot
her
about
hand
that.
was
That's right.
painted gold. And she was like, she went and got hand. I love you, Sarah. She's the best. She's one of my very best friends in the world.
Sarah's amazing.
And I always felt really badly because she got that role. It was a fantastic role. She got some hand shots done. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because she could be a hand model.
Yeah.
Gorgeous hands.
She does.
Beautiful. And then there was an incident with a frozen bagel. Seriously. And
I remember that.
she wound up having one surgery, maybe two surgeries.
Oh,
and a
geez.
tendon, and her hand is like, her finger is stuck kind of like that.
Right. Yeah.
I remember.
But
Right.
I think she managed to do a couple more episodes. But her hand modeling career would have been kind of huge because she's just gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really. Perfect.
I would have got hand shots taken too. If I were her. Yeah. Anyway.
I have a lot of foot shots I could give you guys. Here, let me pull up.
We
Whoa,
digress.
whoa!
Sorry,
That's
we
no
digress,
foot.
we digress.
Under work folder.
That is not anime right.
Could be, but
Oh, I got that too. Under work.
Parrot,
Cartoon work.
Parrot King. Oh yeah, Matt Hill was Michelangelo. Was it Michelangelo? I thought he was.
Michelangelo, yes,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So Parrot King, can you do
Of course he was
that
Michelangelo.
for David?
But yeah, Parrot King, sort of. I can't remember if he was an out, like because parrots either do they inhale, but I think he was an exhale. So he was parrots are up here. I think he was there.
Being parrots is fun.
Yeah, it is, right?
I did a
Yeah.
parrot once on the what was that? Those Disney dog films, the pups.
Pup Stars Academy or
yeah.
Airbud.
And it was kind of like an Ethel Merman style thing that I did.
Like the live
I
action.
wanted to punch myself because it was just such an annoying voice that they ended up settling with that I was doing.
That's hard.
right. Yeah.
That's Richie.
And it was
Luna
and I had to sing if I
Athena.
recall. That was like
Oh, singing.
Oh, singing against the parrot. Oh.
yeah, lots of stories.
As
That'll
that
be
voice,
damn.
that would be rough.
Yeah.
Singing is
Let's
fun.
hear some.
Yeah, sing
Give us some.
Let's
Give us
go.
some Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
As the
Yeah, like I don't know, like
Sweet
6, 7
child
minutes.
of mine.
Oh wait, doesn't sound very different.
It's just one. Just sing as a parrot.
Okay.
Somebody shoot me. It's,
OMG.
these are the things
They
where
pulled it off.
we have to deal with these things as voice.
Yeah, this you do.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's another. Don't get me started on the voice I did for Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, now you've started yourself on that one.
Yeah, I know.
What's your taste?
It was just Uncle Dave, and he was like this New Yorker, but it was just this like very annoying voice that was like constantly round, and and I was just like, I can't stand doing this.
Yeah.
Sounds great though.
I don't think so. There's tension there.
Luna Athena. Oh, I bet there was. I was on that show too, and there was tension there. I was like, it was rough. It was rough.
So this is a while ago?
Yeah, I only did a couple episodes, or it was a special.
Strawberry
it was a I don't know.
What
but I
a
was-
fanship that show has, though. So
I know, and it was a
It'd be great if
great
it came
show,
back.
and all the
isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Would be awesome though.
Thank you.
Would be awesome.
So
if
it's
it did.
coming.
Yeah, it might be.
It's been reattained.
Luna
Yeah.
Athena, Strawberry Shortcake? Anyway,
Yes.
Luna Athena has asked, would you rather go back to voicing a character that appeared frequently in their original series or someone that didn't appear as much and get to know them more? Oh, so something that you play a lot or something you only got to play a bit. Which would you rather go back to?
That's a good question.
This is a good question.
Oh, it's a good question, right?
We need to be introspective.
You know, in Final Destination 3, I had this very pivotal scene where I was brushed aside and I fell into a bale of onions. I was there for a day.
And that was the end?
That was it for my influential role. But I would have loved to know what happened after he fell.
I'm guessing some tears because the onions.
Yeah. But maybe he died.
Maybe.
You know,
Or
like was he part of the Final
the
Destination?
onions.
Or maybe the barrel of onions was the Final Destination for him. What was for me is that part. But I'd love to know, you know, because you know he tried to stop something, he was brushed aside, and I had one line. I went into the onions, and I've always wondered what happened if they kept the storyline going.
Yeah. What if?
You know, because Final Destination was a pretty big. I thought they based one movie off of unnamed character number 3 in the onions.
Villager 44.
Anyways, I've always wondered about that.
Oh, so unnamed. Well, yeah, that sounds like that's a good, clear answer to a complex
Now,
question.
rest in peace. Corey Monteith was my co-person who was on Glee, who passed away. But that was we got to spend some quality time that day.
Aw.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
Then he blew up. He didn't do any more one-sceners after that.
Oh.
Glee was a bit of a rocket ship.
It
for
became,
him. You know, I was still in the barrel of onions. He was filled with glee.
it could have been you. It could have been
Could have
you.
been me. Onions.
oh my.
Fracas.
And Sota Higurashi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I
I
think he
remember
was mostly
exactly.
eating noodles. Was he a big noodle eater?
I think
Careful.
so.
That guy?
Bit of a hummer as well, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Careful.
All my boys hum while I eat noodles.
Yeah.
It's just the way I do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come
Kentaro
on.
did that.
Okay.
Kentaro.
Whoa, we were. Leg up.
Whoa.
You know,
But actually, Sota was a little more mature.
I think maybe.
can't relate.
He was kind of more like, he was a little more like, you guys
Can't
are
relate.
dumb.
That sounds
You
right.
know? These guys are dumb. Or Inuyasha's here. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, people say, thanks, Saffron. Thank you so much for trying to help me out of my school.
Yeah. Oh, that's an old. That's
Am
an,
I way back?
Mhm.
Wow.
Andrew, on a TikTok stream, you once said you auditioned for Lloyd in Ninjago. What was your take on his voice?
Well, actually, I played Lloyd for one episode. Little did
Lloyd
I know.
did.
You
Lloyd-
snuck
I don't
in
know- I don't know
there.
if it's so. It was an interesting story, actually. Jillian Michaels was playing Lloyd for the first season when doing Saffron, the Nancy Cartwright, I call it, but the
ginger
woman playing young boy.
Mhm.
And so they wanted to, I guess, sort of transition from the rasp and the pinch into sort of just kind of something that matched Kirby, matched Vincent, all that kind of stuff. And so Michael Donovan was directing back then, and he gave me a call and said, "Hey, we're recasting Lloyd. They want to go with sort of a teenage type voice or 20s voice. You're the person. So come in and you're going to take over for Lloyd on this. It's the last episode of the season. You only have one line, and it's the very end of the script. You come in and you say, 'I'm older,' and then it ends." Really? That's the end of the season.
Really?
Now, they didn't tell her that was going to happen the next day. Awkward. So,
And
yeah.
you're in the studio.
Show up to
with her.
Cosmic Sound. They're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like,
No.
and she's wondering, well, okay, well, I'm working on her older Lloyd voice. And she shows up, and there I am, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm playing the older Lloyd." And they're like, "What does that mean?" And then Meg goes, "Oh, I should have maybe done this a little differently." And so then one of the most awkward
That's
moments
bad.
ever, although it didn't turn out so bad in the end. for everyone else in per se was that I walked into the studio at the end and like she takes off her headphones, right? And everyone's like she's sitting next to Kirby, and Kirby's like bye, and on the other side's Vincent. He's like bye, and she takes the lonely walk out of the studio, like leaving Lloyd behind. And then there, there's Andrew, the powerhouse at the Times, walking in like, hey, put it on, thong.
I got this.
I'll take it. Yeah, you need a low one. I won't. And everyone's like, oh great, here's Francis again.
Yeah,
so,
Gotta love those.
yeah, and it was that she didn't know, and so there's, how do you feel, right?
Yeah.
And so, and I felt bad, of course, because I'm like, hey, everybody, and so I'm older, and then I went off, and I think I did Chesapeake Shores, and in that time, she said, hey, give me a shot, I got this, I can do the older voice, I can make it sound real, I got this.
Yeah.
And so they called back, and they said, hey, we're gonna give her another shot.
Oh,
And
right.
so I lost it, so I went back to her. She did a few episodes. I think I booked on Chesapeake Shores, so I went away.
Oh, okay.
It didn't work out with her older voice.
Oh, yeah.
And so they said, hey, is Andrew there? No? Give us Sam Vincent.
Wow.
And they went with
That's
one of the most
great.
talented guys in the city. So
I thought
Yeah.
you said Sam. Oh, wait.
yes!
Oh,
Well
wow.
done. Woo!
That was
Yeah,
super
that's
intense.
Oh, but I loved it.
He is one of the most talented people. in this
Of course he is.
How did this-
We've only spent in Prelay probably, I'd say, maybe 400 hours like standing next to each other.
Yeah,
Through
yeah.
Max
I
Steel,
can't
through
imagine how
Slugterra.
many. Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was a
Fair enough,
time
quite a
where, I think we were on 3 shows side by side playing, buddy. Hey, Max, hey, Steel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Eli. And funny enough, Sam on, it's going to sound a bit braggy, but sorry, is that for Slugterra, I got cast as Eli, and then they couldn't find a chord voice, like this guy, and I was like, oh, I can totally do that. And so I saw that I sent him in, man, Eli, you got to see this slug sling. It's so great. And I'd already been cast as Eli was done. And then I remember getting the call going, hey, they loved your chord. You got the role of chord. Disney only wants 1 lead character each. You lost Eli. I'm like,
Oh, no.
ah!
Oh,
no.
Right? But then it went to Sammy, and then Sammy and I became great friends, and so it was all for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was like a bit crushing at the top.
Of course.
Like, lost
You
the
never
lead for the
think-
buddy. But
You never think that that's going to happen, because usually when we're playing a lead role and we get to play other roles, we voice them differently, and we
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
Max Steel?
do
8?
8 roles,
Yeah.
a bit of an award.
Yeah.
What was the
But
problem?
not just that
Yeah,
was it. Yeah. But
Well,
we had a
yeah.
really good time in that. Yeah.
Do you wish you could come back as Chudo Ashita, the impossible dub of Mobile Suit Gundam?
Oh yeah. Anything in Gundam I would love to come back and do. I played a few different characters, so I can't remember that one specifically, but I remember every character was interesting and fun, and just love the property. Gundams
Yeah.
are cool.
They are
Big mechs are rad.
big time.
Big
Is
time.
anyone else irritated that Netflix only has 3 seasons of Inuyasha? Melissa, yeah.
I just don't get it, but yeah, I mean,
Sure.
licensing
Why would
things
they do
happen.
that?
There's stuff I obviously don't know what's going on there, but
I just hope they're the
yeah.
ones I directed.
I hope they're the ones I was in.
Hold on. Well, look at these hearts flying.
So go to credits.
I was heartbroken to find that it came back,
And we weren't in it.
we wasn't even at our studio. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't asked to audition.
Oh, really?
No.
Which one was this? For Gundam.
No, Inuyasha.
Or
Inuyasha,
Inuyasha.
yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Inuyasha.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's
We
something
were there.
about us, but
Yeah.
Hot dad.
I'm just trying to keep up with it. It's the scroll. The
Wow.
scroll.
I think I'm so
Khaled,
far
are you
back.
still with us, Khaled? Khaled. Yeah. How are you doing, Kenny? You know what's really weird? Instagram usually cuts us off.
It hasn't cut it off.
It hasn't cut us
oh
off.
wow,
You know how we usually
Dodick.
Is that because my
Whoa.
yeah.
Zoom thing? I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just seeing this comment. Alex Dodick was in Cyber 6.
Yep.
And oh yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, we've spoken of Alex. Like, I've been like, "Where's Alex?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen him forever. And I remember he brought a lot of talent to that show. But someone's asking, I don't know if either of you guys know Alex Dodick personally, but any idea where he disappeared to? He was a big acting inspiration back in the day.
Yeah, unfortunately, the answer is I don't really know.
Don't even know. I think
question.
I've even searched him on like Facebook to see if I could find him there, and just
Yeah.
no. He was like a Trevor for a long time. I just off
Oh,
the
right.
face of the planet.
Right,
And
yeah.
I couldn't find. So if anybody, Alex, if you're watching, probably not.
Chime up.
Had enough of that
Chime
fracas.
up, chime in.
Yeah.
Chime in. No, but wow, throwback.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like it.
Khaled.
you ever play
Right.
one Power Ranger character?
Has that been maybe also?
I don't know if he's in there. I was just checking on him.
I watched so much Power Rangers, but I can't remember who I'd be.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like
For
who?
Andrew and Carrie, thank you for making
Good
those
question.
edits. I would love how to see this.
How's it going over there, Kenny?
Yeah.
There's been an explosion.
I'm behind in the.
Explosion?
Some fires out.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh,
Andrew, do you like bananas?
yeah, I don't know what's going on technically, but I'm not able to look at the chat right now. So
Oh.
let me know if there's anything I should know.
Somebody asked if I like bananas. I apparently ate
Banana?
a banana. I ate a banana for a day, every day. I ate a banana a day when I was a kid. And then I literally said to Mom, before I could even really speak, I said, Mama, no more nanas. And that was bananas. And I never ate like a banana since that day.
We're on a boat.
I
Yeah,
don't
no
like
more
bananas.
nanas.
I'm not a fan.
Really?
Me neither. I don't know what it.
My brother Mike is an
He's a
anti-nana.
non-nana?
Anti-nanite.
It's too sweet. They're too sweet. It's
There's
too
some,
sweet.
I don't know.
There's
Maybe the
something.
goosh. I don't love the
Yeah,
goosh. Also,
yeah.
so much you could bet.
They're not reliable.
You know what I do?
My
I get a
family-
banana, I take it out and put it on a piece of toast with butter, and I wrap it up and then.
That I could probably do.
My family's big on smoothies, and they're all banana based. Either from
Yes.
See, I stay away from the
tons,
banana.
go through tons of bananas.
That's good. I don't know how we got here, but
We did that. Did you guys do anything on? No, I don't. There's a show called Deepa and Anoop that just came out on Netflix. So check it out, everybody. And it's about this East Indian family and all of like the sort of traditions and stuff. And I play Maruti, the monkey, and he loved bananas so much so that I think that's maybe where this comment is coming from. Is I did
monkey boy.
yeah, monkey boy. I did a TikTok, and he's when he hears, oh, let's get Maruti to do it for a banana. Banana. Who said banana? Oh, I do anything for banana. Just give me the banana.
I haven't heard that one.
I know. So this is actually funny. It is kind of right. I thought I never book anything high, and I was sitting in a Johnny Test session. Well, actually, I booked a lot high. Never mind. We won't get into that. That was the 20s. Into the 30s.
1920s.
It's back under the table.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't do any high voices really, and I was doing the reading in for Johnny in Johnny Test. So it was like, whoa, Dookie, like you never seen this? I was like, Gilbert next door. Hey, girls, like. And Terry actually came on and went, hey, how are we getting James's stuff already done? And he's like, is that Andrew doing it now? And it seemed to be like a perfect match of Johnny. Sorry if I'm ripping and making trouble, actually. So I was like, okay, if I can do that, this is a very accepted voice. And I'm not usually one to book in the high range at all, ever, right? That's a Sam Vincent, that's a everybody else thing. And so I thought, hey, I'm just going to try and do this. And so that's what I brought. And it's just, I sort of brought my Johnny, but they made him a little higher, more delicious for bananas. No bananas. Whoa.
I've never heard that.
On the other hand,
Oh, my God.
I have one of my great memories is when
Love them.
after your voice changed.
Yeah.
In the Monster Rancher.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how many years later, we did the X-Men Evolution series.
Yeah.
And you were on that.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the greatest moments was when you all of a sudden you found your bottom range and
You found the ball.
Yeah.
and you could mimic Scott McNeil, and it bugged him so much.
I think his cowboy hat, actually the steam started raising it off his head, you know?
Okay, his line was, you remember the
I
line?
can't remember the line, no.
It was, and they say I don't follow the rules.
I don't follow the rules.
Yeah, that's the line.
And it was just like, what?
But
Yeah.
you know what? He had it coming. Like, I can remember he stole old lady roles from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Oh, I got one." And
Yeah,
I
well,
just,
Yeah, you even
What
referenced
do you
that
do?
joke today, right?
Yeah.
Scott could probably do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Funny.
Hey, I believe Monica's Story's on with us. Hello, Monica.
Whoa!
Hi, Monica.
Hey!
That's long time no see.
Yeah, what's going on?
I know, I'm thinking the breeze over here.
What's going on in the chat?
There's my
There's
girl,
lots.
Carrie Ann. He hates bananas. Yes, I do. But Maruti loves bananas. I had to sing in that voice. That was interesting.
That
Oh,
I thought
that's
it's
Give it a
easier
go.
to sing, you know. It was so. It was a Daniel Ingram. Thank goodness. That's all you got. How did it go for you? I can see how it made a
go
lot.
for the goal.
But no, it was tough singing his voice. It was, bananas. But when you're in falsetto, it's
I think I may
almost
have heard
easier.
myself.
it is almost easier. It's
Right?
when you have to do like a voice that's right on your break.
Yes.
That's right
The
on
cusper?
your break.
Totally.
And
A
you're
real
just
cusper.
like chest, head, Uh-oh.
That was Kid Boo for
Yeah.
me, was because it was they wanted it youth, and it's like, well, I'd better hold on to this nugget. It's going somewhere else, the land of voiceover expense.
But
Shit,
singing,
yeah.
singing as a character, if the character's right on your break, and
Tough.
then you have to sing over your break as
Oh, yeah.
a character,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a nightmare.
That could be a breaking point. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't
Excuse the pun.
always go that way.
Intended, I thought.
Doesn't always go that. Our chat seems frozen.
Does it?
Yeah.
It is. I know. I've been trying to scroll it. And it's just like, anyway.
Kenny, is it frozen?
Kenny, what's happened?
Kenny.
I see
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened.
David Lin Chung says hello.
Hello, David.
Nice.
David. Mighty Ray hates bananas. Mighty
Oh.
Ray? Oh, man. What was that? Mighty Ray. There's a show that Mighty Ray was a character.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was on Dick and
Got me.
Rogers. Huh. It was a fun one, though, I remember. I think I
Lot
only
of
popped
hatred.
in for that.
A lot of hate for bananas.
Yeah,
That's it.
I mean,
Bananas suck.
excuse my language with their...
I
They're
mean,
horrible.
do you like them either?
No,
Yeah.
I don't like them at all. My
I
dad
still
doesn't
love 'em.
like them.
I used to love them.
My dad doesn't like them, and I don't know if I learned it from him or I just don't like them.
Mm.
So if there's something that's got banana flavor, I'm like, oh,
What did
That's
that.
Banana cream pie? Oh, baby.
no.
No.
Oh.
There you go. It's very good.
Give me a key lime.
Banana split? No.
Yeah. I'll do
No,
banana split.
ever not.
Why would you throw a banana in with my good stuff?
Ruin my ice cream.
But yeah.
My good stuff.
I got nothing goods around here and you split it with a banana? You put it all inside of this?
The texture. What are
Fruit
you
canoe?
doing?
What's in this bloody fruit canoe?
Luna Athena is asking, would
Yeah.
you guys ever consider doing a reaction
Who split
video
a
to
white
your
tent in my dislike?
A reaction video? I've been thinking about doing a reaction video for a long time because acting is reacting.
Tis.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
I think it would be fun.
What is a reaction?
That would just be.
You're
Just
just
seeing
watching
something
yourself?
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh no! I've done that once, and I was like, I'm never doing
Oh, I'm glad I asked. That was a split. Not happening.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no. I thought you meant like just videos of us going, ugh, you know.
Oh no, like watching clips of your characters.
I've done it. It's weird.
You don't want to just sit there and listen
I
to
do.
yourself?
Yeah, I've done it. It's weird. I should try
Is that the same reason you have a mirror above your bed?
Oh, it's a dome.
a dome. Oh my lord!
It's nice. Not a lot of air in there, but it's cozy. You can see everything.
Everything.
It's a
No
wonder.
influence.
Yeah.
Did you record any characters for Dragon Ball Z Kai? DBZ Kai?
No, I don't think so. I think that might have been after the move, or is that?
That was more way
Later?
Like, yeah, like
I guess when
it
I came
wouldn't have
back.
been Dende.
And-
Gotcha. Right.
It was like the
Yeah. I wish.
And David, I'm so sorry. I can't remember Mrs. Brace. Like, I don't even know what show that is. I don't know what show that is.
Oh dear.
It just got really quiet.
yeah. Hey Saffron, I was having I'm trying to remember. You're talking about Sota,
Yeah,
and then you're talking about Kentaro.
I know. I mixed them up.
Who was your character on? Kentaro was.
Mizanu Koku?
It was it? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah. Okay. Sorry, don't mean to put you on the spot.
Big noodle eater.
Yeah.
And then Sota was a little bit more of like a little
Yeah.
brother. Like, he just had more of a head on his shoulders for Inuyasha, yeah.
Yeah.
So less of a head on your shoulders to be a noodle eater.
Well, but a noodle eater, but a more developed noodle eater. Like, he probably wasn't like, he was probably like,
Okay.
and then,
Right.
and then like, hey,
I
Kabune,
see.
you know.
No, I remember. I know what you're saying with the noodles. I distinctly remember
different
that
noodles.
Right, of course.
eating thing where you.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. It's not scripted.
How I am at home.
It was not scripted, but it was
But
just it
that's
was the
how
best
I
part of
am.
the.
Yeah, the hum that's a part of
It
it.
was the best part of that
Have
session.
you ever done a food groove at home? Like, have you ever found yourself in a food groove and you're like,
Food group.
Yeah.
I love
eating
it.
and you're like,
Happy feet? Sure.
like either it's like this, like holy crap, this is
Yeah.
happening, or you're like,
Yeah.
Food group.
I know what I'm doing this afternoon.
Yeah.
Food grooving. Yeah.
Go get
Jinx,
some
come here,
ramen.
hi.
Jinx.
You can have it. You can. I want to see what happens when you've had it.
I'm not having another one. Are you kidding me? These were props. I can't believe I drank half. I go pee again. I'm literally balanced. I know what I'm. Carl! 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 Oh no! Brian is so smart. He puts it in plastic.
Exactly.
How are you so smart?
I knew this could happen on the table.
Don't waste it. Don't waste it.
Go play now while he's gone.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, don't stop it up. I'll be back.
This is outrageous.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
That's fantastic. All
maybe
right.
we should have had him in a crib.
Maybe.
That's all live.
Maybe we need a plastic pad.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I think we've gained control. The talent has been subdued. We just had to gently tase him under the table.
Tranquilizer good.
Okay, we got him. We reined in.
He's
How did his prints not get touched is amazing.
I know.
Yeah, just yours, right?
Well, it's great because they're covered in plastic.
Okay,
so
well, that's true.
No damage to it. I'm just shocked how.
They're still, let's get these off the table. Too much.
Oh,
Why don't everybody just buy Andrew's prints? They have
No.
not been spilled on.
Buy these instead.
Go
Mine.
buy Carl's prints.
I mean, it would be
Not Andrew.
maybe there was more. They got a
Buy
bit of
David's.
spill on them, little spillage.
Yeah.
I like how I run
So
to the
like
bathroom right away while you clean up the
Well,
mess that I
well,
created.
it's not really a whole lot to clean up.
Thank you, and sorry about all your beautiful
It's
photos.
quite all right.
How did
Quite
you
all right.
know? You knew.
Plastic
I just,
wrap
like,
is-
actually, it was the last time that we had there was a little kerfuffle. I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep them in this.
You are smart.
In case.
It was like a perfect onto the plat. Like,
Oh, yeah. Would have been.
wow.
Got a
Would have been.
note,
Would have been. Could have been. But it's
note for Brian about Arashi's voice.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
Christopher knows that he was just your natural voice and probably only had about 5 lines. So,
Yep.
For everybody who's asking, that is.
How long were you doing
What's
the
that?
voice of Global for, Brian?
5 years.
Wow.
I know. That was crazy, huh?
Yeah.
That was like a bit of a shackle because it was just kind of like having to do that every single day.
every day.
And then keep other voice stuff going.
I should
And
send something.
the to and fro.
Were you? Was it like where they had to call you and be like, "Now, do we need this?"
Well, I had to be there at 1 o'clock every day. Then,
Right.
but there was
Okay.
breaking news that would happen also, right? So something that was an emergency news, like, oh, we need this right away, especially if it was political.
Yeah, right. That was
Then I'd either come to my home studio and just record it really quick.
Get it done.
Or if I was on holiday, I had like a little mobile setup that I would just do and just quickly play it down, send it off. And there you are.
That is wild. I didn't realize every day at 1 o'clock there you were doing the thing like in studio.
Yeah.
That's like a job.
It was great. It was great.
I mean, sure.
One of the few voice gigs you could have that you actually earn a
Like
salary,
stability,
right? But
yeah.
it was like, it was great. I miss it in some ways, but at the same time, it's great.
5 years, a great run.
Woo.
Yeah, 5 years. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have gone to Toronto and then because they wanted to fuse the two, the East Coast and the West Coast,
Is that where?
and so I ended up going back there. So
Yeah.
that worked okay.
By the way,
Are you
Saffron,
signing?
I see.
I'm gonna sign
Sorry?
a super.
We got an official sign-in
Oh,
going down right
I
there.
know.
Right
I don't
now.
even. The thing is, I don't have a name for
Right
it,
now.
so I'm just gonna
You
do
A
dear
signature?
blank. That's what I do when someone don't give me a name. I just do like blank. Like that. You can fill it in later.
You should give them a nickname that they'll carry forever.
Dude,
Yeah.
what color would you ever want to sign this guy in? I feel like I'm metallic. Do I have my?
I do have Chrome if you want to as well. Though I've got those Chrome
Probably
pens.
work really well. I know I have. This must be. These are yours. Brian.
I have others too. It's up to you.
A chrome would be amazing. I feel.
Give me 1 second,
Right.
folks, and I'll be right back with the coolest Chrome.
Do
pen
something
you've
really
ever seen.
important.
By the way, I see here where Christopher says he received my print last week. Glad you got it.
Was it in fair condition?
Saffron mailed it in with her stuff, so yeah.
I sort of threw it in there. No, I'm kidding.
The eyes were scratched
I
out.
love it. I put parchment
Couple
in
pins.
between. It was, yeah.
Well, it's collectible because you're the one and only person who owns one.
The first.
The first one, yeah.
Right, yeah, that's the first edition.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's a limited edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first limited edition.
First limited edition.
We actually have
the limited first.
beautiful prints, like original art prints on our
That is
stores.
beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that
That is
cool?
a
Yeah.
very cool commission. Sass, you want Chrome? Do you want it thinner or thicker?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think, Kenny? Well, what are we doing?
Bold or?
Kenny's an artist, so I look to him. I defer to you.
I feel like bold would be good.
Bold would be nice.
Going bold?
Yeah, let's go bold.
Now remember with these, for one, give it a real thing, but go slow, because then you get that really nice thick
Oh.
roll on there. Like these are one of my
I'm trying to
favorite.
decide-
These things.
Which one of my prints to practice on?
Check that out. Give it a shake though.
Thanks
It
a lot.
needs a good shake. Shaky, shaky,
Okay.
shake.
Okay. Unspeakable stains on it, but he won't sue. Yeah, I did my best, Christopher. I did my best.
Speak of love.
Whose stains you'll never know.
You know, I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I gotta
All
do
these
voiceover,
things.
I gotta pack prints.
Those are speakable.
Sometimes they overlap a little.
Do you need a test?
I do. I could
Yeah,
use one
just
of my
use the
prints,
box.
but oh, the
Keep it on the-
box.
on the
Great
box.
idea. One of my awkward questions. Oh, guys, we have an awkward question.
Awkward question.
Awkward question.
Today, an awkward question.
Oh, then you grab it. Awkward questions.
This one's for you.
Awkward. Oh, yeah.
What does it feel like to be replaced in a show?
Oh,
Emotions. Let's talk.
I'm trying to remember when I was. Can you remind me? I don't think I have been. Thank goodness. Little do I. Yeah, well, I guess that's what the guy who gets replaced says. If you can remind me of the show, but I don't think I've been actively. Oh, shoot.
maybe it's never told you.
Well, that's the thing, is that I would never have known, really.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mostly not found out until years later, but it was because I was out of town. Like I moved,
Oh, yeah.
but I haven't.
Yeah, what was the one you were saying?
There was like three. of
Oh,
them.
yeah, right. Because, yeah, you were gone.
I was
Right.
gone, and then I came back, and I didn't get my parts back. What? Yeah, that's a great awkward question.
I have replaced. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see. And replaced after the run of a show. Like, for instance, someone says, you and Mark Hildreth. So, like, I think, actually, no, Mark Hildreth was Action Man, and then I played Templeton Storm. It was actually my first, like, low voice. But I mean, I've taken over for, let's say, Ian as Mega Man. So that would be, like, replacing Ian. And then I believe Vincent might have done Mega Man after me. I'm not sure. But that would be getting replaced. So I think that passing the torch is a better way of putting it. And
Okay.
That was different.
That
Because
makes
there was
it feel
different.
better?
Those were different productions of Mega Man companies. It was a different age.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was a
yeah.
different thing, different property.
Different
altogether.
property. Yeah. So
Like,
not
it's
really-
different if you're replaced on the same series.
right. Like I've taken like Dino
As
Trucks.
opposed to like Superman live action, Superman animated or something, you know.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've been replaced sort of like mid-go, like, mid-go or even really for any real reason like that. But
You came close on Monster Rancher.
I've come close on a few for other reasons as well. We'll get into that. Anyways, for Dino Trucks, there was a really talented actor who was playing Tyrux for the first 9 episodes. And really the only reason they had to sort of do a switch there was because he didn't have a lot of experience doing ADR, which was afterwards, there was a ton of ADR to screen, which we had to do. And so that was me replacing someone, which doesn't feel good either. But it's not as bad as getting replaced. But I may have been replaced, but I can't recall, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with that.
You don't need to. Some things are better left unsaid.
I got replaced on Ratchet and Clank by Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, see,
Oh,
that's not
ouch.
bad. Oh, actually, you know what? Edison and Leo. That would be one, I guess, because Drummond stayed on. I don't know, maybe they switched his voice too. We did scratch tracks, but they cared so much about it, and it was such a really cool thing. And then later, they switched me out with another Canadian actor who I ended up working with on that film in Montreal. And he wasn't like a celebrity, but then they took Brian's part and put a celebrity in his voice. But that was a really, really cool project, and I was kind of bummed when I went to the premiere where it was still my voice, and then at the Vancouver one, and then it wasn't when it came out.
Oh, we
Yeah,
were
can I bring up
talking
that one?
about.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were talking about that.
I was saying I didn't know about this for a long time. It's happened a couple times, projects that I've worked on
We did
where we do
Asterix.
a prelay, and then later down the road they replace some characters with celebrity voices.
Yeah, right.
That happened with the second or the second Astros.
Mansion of the Gods.
Oh, the first one, yeah. I didn't realize it because ours came out. It was on Netflix. Is on Netflix,
Yeah,
and I have a Blu-ray of our version.
yeah.
So it wasn't like it wasn't released. But then, yeah, I guess they replaced some characters with British actors. I think some of the main characters. and a fairly big name.
Impedimenta wasn't main, but her husband would have been.
Yeah.
So they went British with both their voices, probably.
Yeah, and they were, I forget who they all were, but I know Matt Berry was one of them. So.
But I listened to it because I was trying to, I'm putting together animation clips to change my reel up. And I listened to it and I was like, that sounds like me at the very beginning and the very end, but not at all in between. I'm thinking they heard our performances.
Maybe.
And they might have actually
used it as guide track, kind of thing.
Which would be so weird because it's not about our performance. It's about the original French performance. But anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That happened in another one we did called Mune. They found out later on, they replaced a bunch of the performances. Not all of them.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that felt bad because I was like, oh, I think that's me. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, maybe it is.
But at least our full version exists out there.
It does.
It's not like it didn't get released.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It turned out really well.
It's a funny show. I was looking at
really
it.
Funny.
Very funny. I was
Brent Miller.
Brent Miller, what up,
Brent? Hey.
We got to get Brent in the time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a plan.
Yeah.
That is a plan. So, whoever ordered this, I signed it. Thank
Look
you
at that.
for the
And
order.
it's signed in chrome. I mean,
I know, it's pretty cool. I love these. I probably should have signed it bigger. Oh well. Yeah, but I love these. This is Art Roman, this artist. Really beautiful stuff. So most of us have commissioned, prints. A lot of actors do that, and because the fan art is incredible, and there are artists that specialize in certain kinds of shows or certain,
styles.
Yeah. Like My Little Pony and stuff like that. My Little Pony. So yeah.
This is the one Jason Simpson did for us.
Oh yeah, Jason.
I love that.
Yeah, Jason created this for us, which is just so perfect. Yeah. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, my niece did this one.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Oh yeah.
I like the animated me.
So that's my favorite part.
Temple Carl.
That interview is pretty excellent.
Is she kinder with
What's
the
the
gray?
voice like? What's the voice
Come
like?
to class in my
She
meditation.
goes, yeah.
Animated Carl.
Anime girl. That's
She's
gonna
this
be.
thing going on.
Yeah, you have an avatar now.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
You ordered a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan print for his birthday in 2 weeks because he's a big fan of you. That's you. Oh, that's so cool. Do you want me to put a name on it? If you do, tell us in the chat.
I want there to be like a loudspeaker. Like,
Yes. Yeah, I know,
I
right?
need to hear your voice.
Oh, that would be fun.
yeah.
Difficult because it's time delayed, but still.
Yeah,
fun.
a little
Yeah.
weird.
There's a thing on
Do the
TikTok that I
delay.
just saw, speaking of weird, and it's this whole sort of...
What? Something weird on TikTok?
Yeah, right, yeah. There's this whole sort of phase where it's like people who like are either trying to do work or trying to sleep. And you, by sending gifts or doing things, can like make different things happen in the room. So it'll just be like a person like with a camera on them, like pretending to sleep. And then like if you send a heart or this thing or whatever gift, a horn will go off or like sirens.
Oh.
And it's just having this person like, have to go to work in an hour. Don't disturb me. And then all the prices for the disturbances.
Oh, wow. That's a little bit awesome.
And so it's like, they're like, honk, honk. Everyone's like doing all their things, like, stop it, no. It's just like breaking in the box under the
Here's
bed.
a throwback.
that's
Do you,
funny.
any of you remember there was a site, this is going back, let's say, 15 years. It was called Subservient Chicken. Does that ring a bell?
So it's just
It
so
does.
It was
hilarious.
a guy in a chicken suit in his apartment. So, and I guess it was early-ish internet.
Yeah.
And you basically would send requests for him to do stuff. And basically they just filmed every possible thing.
That's where Cameo got it.
And if anybody tried to do something rude, he'd walk up to the camera and do this. It was excellent. My kid loved it. We spent hours just like getting him to do like go jump on the couch, and he would. But it wasn't seamless. It was like filmed clips.
Right,
And
right.
there's you could stump it, but it was still a blast.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Subservient Chicken.
Subservient
Yeah.
Chicken, chicken.
I went there for a completely different reason, but
Oh, I get it. I get it.
sorry.
That's .org.
So Nathan Montoya wants me to do another She-Hulk video on TikTok sometime. I'd be happy to do that. I'll find a way. Yeah.
And
Like just use the She-Hulk filter.
David coming through again, Wayne from Evolution. That's
Yes.
you got it, Dr. Kane. That was based off the movie Evolution, which was like a flash in the pan. I'm surprised they made a cartoon of it. That was the one. I think the logo was the yellow smiley face, and it had the 3 eyes as like it was like that classic emoji, and Stifler was in it.
No way.
Stifler, of course I do. Yeah, absolutely.
Evolution, yeah.
Somebody asked, where can we order picks?
Yeah,
Oh!
Kenny did. I saw you just.
The link in the bio.
Kenny
So
just-
there's a link in the bio, and also you can go to streamily.com and then /Andrew Francis, and you'll see his little store.
Or even us.
Or Anime Time Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll find them there. There's lots of variety.
Did this one come up? If you guys could only be known for one character you voiced for the rest of the time, what would it be? Did that come up? I don't think so. That's a tough one for you guys.
Tough one. I don't know.
Oh, can I start as a director? The ones I remember each of you most as. For you, it's Brian Ben Grimm. That was just
Good old Ben doing the Ben.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just great. I mean,
Yeah.
so many good
It was
voices.
a fun
I
run.
think for you's got to be Genki.
Yeah, Genki would be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and Saffron, it's probably Kentaro.
What?
I would want to say Oxnard, but is that Kentaro was it earlier too, right? More.
Yeah. I mean, he was funny. But little Goku was funny.
Yeah, that's true.
I liked him. He sort of landed on the planet and did his thing. He was so innocent and
Yeah.
bumbling.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He's a good guy. Shout out, birthday shout out to Saul. That's Aqua 90 Val's, yeah, big brother. So we do a happy birthday to Saul on 3. How do you feel about that?
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday,
Saul!
Saul! Yes, Saul.
Yeah,
Now that
I think
Print it.
we hit the flaps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there, exactly. Yeah. Hold on. Did we got to sing?
you know what? It's good enough for ADR.
Whoa.
80 yards.
ADR.
80 yards.
We are making ADR. That was a. Did Carl ever say that to you? 'Cause that
No.
was ooh.
80 yards.
That one, he was trending that one for a while.
Yeah, that was
a
a
good
while.
one. Yeah.
Sweet
And
like
that-
candy from Malaysia.
And the list. What?
That's old school.
So wait a minute. So Carl had a list. He had a list of responses to our takes. Like he made a list of his favorite.
No, I didn't. The people in the booth started it, and then
Okay,
it got
because I know a few that would be on there.
Because
yeah.
you were reading from it. You were reading
Oh, I
from
would
it.
too. Yeah,
When
I
was-
sort of used it. Yeah,
When I was working, you were like, just a sec. And then you
yeah.
take your list out and you were like, that dog will hunt. Or whatever. Right?
You got it. That dog will hunt.
Well,
Oh, wow. That's
Something
up
like
there.
that.
I
That's
saw
up
that.
there.
I saw that one from Barry Watson.
It's a good one.
That dog will hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. It was
Yeah.
good. That list was epic. It was so funny. You're
Yeah, well, it
welcome.
was started by actors. Like it was like you try one that doesn't suck.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, when we'd screw up and like sort of stop. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, just a little longer. On the next one. You don't say like it's just this one a little longer.
Then I fall into the really lame ones, like when somebody actually just doesn't do the line when they're supposed to. It's like, yeah, just a little more volume, please.
Yeah,
They're basically dad jokes.
they're great. We love them.
Yeah.
You are a dad there.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more for tech.
One more
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
Yeah.
Magic Ninja is asking if you could hang out with any one of your characters, who would it be?
Hang out with.
Oh,
Hang
that's-
out with.
That's a loaded one.
For
Oh,
me,
boy.
it's obviously Oxnard. I like
Oh
cuddle him.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Till he poops. But
But he needs new
Fine
parents after that.
question.
yeah.
Skeletor.
Well, that would be kind of fun.
Would you
Yeah.
want to hang? Yeah.
But would I trust him? I don't know.
Yeah. No bones about it.
I know. No pun intended.
Yeah,
Very nice though.
intended.
What about you?
Me. What was the question again?
But you would hang out with
Would
one
you
of your
hang
characters.
out?
Would you hang out
Yeah.
with?
Mhm.
I think Cord from Slug Terror was pretty chill. It'd be kind of fun. It's kind of a boring answer though. I don't know. Maybe DeLandau, you know, and then I
I
from afar, I wouldn't really
I
be.
would say it can't be any problems there.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of want to watch. I'm sure I'd be sacrificed in the end, but
Yeah.
that'd be kind of fun.
It wouldn't be boring.
Kind of want to see my old self, actually.
Yeah.
Andrew, would you do, if there was SSX on tour for Xbox 6, would you do it again?
I'd probably turn that down. Yes, I would do it for sure, of course. A voice actor turn something down?
Yeah.
What?
Like, I don't want to do it.
How am I supposed to be replaced
The
if I
reluctant
never did
voice
the
actor.
part?
Yeah, right. I would totally do that again.
Yeah, jump on board.
Of course. I'll even play the skier. I don't care.
Oh, Jason Takes Manhattan. Do you know that my most ordered print is not one of the anime ones? It's Silly JJ.
Yeah.
That's the one that people order the most.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's the second one killed. And for some reason, she just has
What's that from?
her own Friday the 13th part 8.
Yeah.
3D. Nice.
I'm not sure about the actual integrity of the film, but it was a great scene.
Yeah.
Someone's got a crush on Tyson. If your characters were to fight each other, who would win?
Oh, man.
Who's got, okay,
Who's
who's your
toughest?
strongest character?
I think Boo would probably be.
Yeah.
That's your
I don't
strongest?
think of anyone that could really, between him and Skeletor, they're the two. They're two pretty tough guys.
Yeah, what about you?
Oh, Ben's pretty
You
big.
have to
but-
take on either Mega Man or you might have to take on Max Steel. You might have to take on Max McGrath.
Yeah. You got,
Iceman.
I mean, Mega Man, you just are like, unplug.
and then your Elementals.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just back into that, like the Tamagotchi you came from, or whatever.
Battery.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. You're going to. I don't know. Yeah.
One of mine went to 9,000. I think that'd be 8,000.
Yeah.
8,000.
Was only drumming that went to 9?
Yes,
Gotcha.
Well, that was a whole conversation. Yeah.
that's why
It's
you
a,
put the
it's a
hat.
hat. It's
Oh,
just
okay,
got a
yeah.
hat.
Because every
9,000.
MLP, it's 9,000.
Card Captors, episode 14, where Vicky was there. I remember
about it.
Vicky.
Oh.
No, you tell
But you
us
know,
about it. You tell us about it.
You tell us about it. It's so interesting because I mean we do like with anime when we go in with Prelay we're doing let's say one episode maybe at a time and then maybe 2 in a day, or if they're 11 minutes maybe we'll do 4 total tops. But when you're going to do anime, you're doing like 4, 5, 6, 7 scripts all at once.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Depends, right? Like
Depends how much you have in each one.
Yeah, some are light, some you're like really huge in
Exactly.
the arc, and you've got to.
your heavy episodes, you're like,
Yeah.
So it's hard to sort of like think back to like specific episodes because they all kind of in a session, those let's say 5 will all kind of run together. as
like one
big.
big episode.
Like, I mean, if you
Exactly.
had a lot in one, that would stand out. But if you're not as present, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't really
No.
know like, oh, that part of that episode.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
kind of like in TV, like we block shot Chesapeake, which was all out of order.
Mm.
So for this last
Ooh.
season, and we had a thing where there were some people not available. So we were filming, like my character, spoiler alert, has a heart attack, and then he comes back on the last season.
What?
Yeah.
It's so healthy though.
Yeah.
You know what's
All the
hilarious?
Advils.
Do you know what's hilarious? Just sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt,
please.
but I did the descriptive video for low-sighted people on only because Paula was out of town
Mhm.
for
Like 2 episodes or something.
yeah. I never told
For
anyone.
Chesapeake?
You
Yeah,
don't
for
know that.
Chesapeake.
I didn't say that. You don't know that.
For Chesapeake?
And I saw your heart attack.
And you saw my what?
I think I saw your heart attack.
Oh, really? Oh,
Might have seen your heart
okay.
attack.
So a little later in the. All right. Yeah.
I've seen your heart
I
attack.
might have seen it. All right.
Because I was like,
Wow.
is Andrew okay? There was something,
Yeah.
right?
It was the season. It was the finale cliffhanger. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's exciting that you block shoot. So
So in that last season, there was people unavailable. So we were shooting episode 4. So I had gotten through all the recovery and all the stuff, and now was falling in love with somebody, and that was the first episode. But,
Right.
but when the last thing I'd shot was me falling on the ground with the heart attack.
Right,
So we
yeah.
did all the
Oh,
episode
wow.
4 and 5, and then we went back and did 1, 2, 3, 3. You
Mhm.
know, and so I had to figure out where was the character after, like, where is he in this recovery of this heart attack, and
yeah.
how is he still sort of playing it a little bit, and then find ways to start it and then get it to there working backwards.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
interesting.
But starting halfway into a season, it's only 10-episode season.
Yeah.
So we're starting halfway through. You know?
A lot has happened.
A lot has
Wow,
happened.
okay.
You have recovered from a heart attack at like 33.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kinda wild.
I have never done a series on camera, and I've always wondered about that because you do block shoot.
Yeah.
Because-
Up in Canada a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, how does anyone have any sense of continuity or the through line?
I had a technique that I sort of picked up over the 6 seasons, which was I would get the 2 scripts and I'd start and just say, Connor's character arc, and then go through, and anybody who's looking to sort of gets in a block shooting scenario like this, is good advice for them, would be to just go through all of your characters after you've read the scripts, go through all of your characters' scenes and just write those out. And so you have kind of a cheat sheet. So when you show up to set, you know exactly where you come from, where you're going to.
Right.
So you can really play that moment before.
So you do get all the scripts, you just don't shoot them all.
No, we don't actually. We'll just get 1 and 2. So I'll do that for that one. And then about a week before we start shooting the next 2, we'll get the next 2. So then I'll add. Start creating my Bible. But it's funny because they don't even really know where they have an overarching idea of, let's say, this show or other shows, but they kind of go with the flow a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes you'll play things wanting to, you're not going to know if that's going to make sense later. And then if it doesn't, you have to make sense of it through the scenes that lead up to it, right?
So then you have to make notes about what happened there for when you go back.
Yeah. We're like, oh no, I was disgruntled at the start of this scene, but really now we play the end of this scene back here where I'm happy. So I have to find a way to transition from happy to disgruntled before I get to scene 16 from scene 8.
Where you ever just add your own lines? You're like, well, I'm really pissed off. I was happy quite shortly ago, and
then they're all over the editing room floor. And they're probably still there.
So you spill your drink. That'd be another.
Yeah.
I love those
That's
lines.
going to stay in.
Good
though.
clean cut, right? Yeah.
That's a transition.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Use that for whatever.
Karl and Andrew talking about replacements earlier. Any clue on who voiced Dende after Andrew in the later episodes of Original Z? Or maybe who played Dende and Kai?
I don't. I think it was, it sounded like woman playing boy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I honestly am not sure.
Yeah.
In Kai.
Yeah. Guys, I just need to let you know we've got 10 minutes.
Oh.
We have 10 minutes left.
10
And then we
minutes.
got to go.
We
got to go.
So, 10 minutes, you can buy prints, you can ask questions, we might see them,
Probably check
keep
my
asking
stream.
them. And you guys have been incredible.
It's
Thank
been
you so
a good
much
chat,
for
no
being
question.
here.
Yeah.
I love this community and all the questions that come out of, you all know so much. And you're creative.
Yeah, we
I
just
love
got
that.
invited to
We love
Kansas. I'd like that.
Kansas?
We're not in Kansas, and I'd like to be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to be able to say I'm not in Kansas.
I know. It's
You know what,
yeah,
you-
that is something.
You know, Nathan,
When
the
you
best,
flew out of it, you could.
Yeah, once
Right.
you're for the rest of your life.
best way to get us to Kansas is to find someone who's putting on a convention and just, sell this as a package.
Be like, we need the anime time machine bunch plus
Yeah.
that blonde guy.
We'll need our own. We'll need our own
Kid guy.
plane and some. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
private
much.
jet.
Just PJ.
Yeah.
Just PJ.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
The anime time machine was, and the hyper one who spilled his drink.
Yeah, right?
High speed here.
Mrs. Francis.
We feel terrible for those. I mean, there's so many questions flying down, and I'm pretty sure we didn't get to all of them. But
I know, but
we're just going to keep doing this anyway. So we don't get it today.
If you could live in one of your characters' worlds, obviously Hamtaro's world, like the
Oh,
Rockstar.
yeah.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Not a bad place.
I was the voice of MGD for quite a while, so I lived in that world for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Got out of there though. It was funny though. The first time I did a commercial for MGD, the client walked by, like an older gentleman. I was like, "Hey, is that Coco?" And he walked past me and went, "Hi," and he walked into the studio. And then he came out 2 things later and went, "You're the guy? You're the voice for the thing?" Because tonight it's
Right.
Miller time.
Oh, yeah.
And he thought I'd be this old gristled, like a Brian Dobson over here. Oh,
Oh, wow.
Sick burn three. Sick burn three.
because it easily could have been.
Yeah.
He has
No,
that
I know
voice.
you're
in Brian.
going.
I meant it as a compliment,
I can see that.
Yeah.
but they expect it to be a little
peach blonde.
He surprised them all.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. But that was pretty funny.
That's the best thing about voiceover, right there.
Yeah,
People don't really know.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
know.
very true.
Well, the longest time I was doing Warhammer and doing the voice of Gabriel, that and a lot of the orcs and whatnot, and it was asked to go into meet the animators, and they're all excited to come in. And I walked through the door, and I could just see this underwhelmed look of disappointment. And I walked through the desk. I think they were expecting this great big guy to come through, like, "Ooh,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And then this little guy got through the door, saying, "You're Gabriel?
And you're still
You're an orc boss? Well, good to meet you. I'm not sure if I believe you."
Yeah.
Do the voice.
Thought you were
Yeah,
6'8" by
prove it.
6'8". What do you do?
So funny.
How can anyone? know about
It was
that?
hard for me. I kept on chuckling because I could see all this underwhelmed look on their faces. You're so disappointing.
Someone asked a really nice question, and that is, how does it feel to, to have voiced characters that people grew up with? You know?
It's pretty remarkable, hey man.
Yeah.
Big time. Are you kidding? It's somebody pinched me.
Yeah. To know that you've been like sort of a part of somebody's childhood, you give them that joy.
Yeah, I got one time. I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the show before or not. But I was doing a convention in LA for the He-Man thing, and then I was checking into the hotel, and it was late, and there was a guy in his military gear standing there, and waited till I finished checking in, and then he came up to me and he was like, "Mr. Dobson," introduced himself. "I'm Lieutenant Commander blah 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 blah," and I'm big huge fan of He-Man, and and he goes into the story about how him and his unit they would always go out to do these IED sweeps. And before they'd go out on a mission, they'd all sit down and watch an episode of the He-Man that we worked on.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
And that would thing that they'd do like a full-on hoo-ha, and then off they'd go. And it was kind
Wow.
of like a traditional thing. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I got this.
Wow.
Touched. Yeah, I was pretty blown away.
Wow,
That's
that was
But
really
yeah,
cool.
some cool stories.
Yeah.
I want to sort of mold that a little bit. And Carl, how does it feel sort of almost being someone behind, voice actors are behind the scenes of their characters, but you're behind the scenes. I mean, people would fall over backwards if they really knew, and they probably could find out like what you've actually directed, like everything, you know what I mean? Like,
a lot of them.
yeah.
Well, I was thinking it's really bizarre. This is not really that, but sort of it's bizarre in the last bunch of years working with a new group of like sort of engineers and people who watched the cartoons that I directed as little,
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But also the reverence for them,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It is, yeah.
Very cool.
It makes me feel a little kind of way.
But that's
Special
wild.
kind of
It must be
way.
wild, like to be
Oh, yeah.
in like it happened in this room, the cartoon.
Oh,
like,
yeah, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah,
That's pretty
exactly.
wild, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Very
It
impressive.
is. It is impressive. And all these characters, obviously, like there are hundreds and hundreds of characters between us at the table, and for Carl, hundreds of shows. But they've all these experiences that we've had, and they're on our little pictures and they're in our minds. And when we go to a convention and somebody comes up to us and tells us a story like that, this gives the work that we did meaning that we never expected.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we were in the studio, number one, it was a gig, which was just always good news. Always good news.
Yeah, always good.
We were
news.
very happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to work with people like Carl. So we were and each other, and we were working with our friends. And the joy of expressing through yelling
Yeah.
for 6 or 8 hours, the
Yeah.
joy of just getting to be silly and
Yeah.
creative was the thing. That's all. We didn't know where they were going.
Yeah, you don't
Who
always
would see
realize what a
that?
show is going to become.
No.
Really.
No.
You don't always really have the grip and grasp of that.
So true.
And when you think about Dragon Ball Z or Inuyasha you would know which ones are the ones that you're like, whoa, people really.
Not necessarily. There's certain shows where it's like, wow, those are the ones that really stand
Right.
the test of time.
Right.
I mean, obviously, Dragon Ball Z is the biggest one, probably.
Well, that
But
one.
then other ones, I mean, yeah, like Inuyasha, when we did Ronin Warriors.
Death
Oh
Note
my
was
gosh.
been-
Well,
Ronan.
Death
Death
Note
Note.
already had a pretty big buzz going.
Oh, okay.
That one sort of did, but
when
still.
we recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, Death Note was
Escaflowne was another one.
Big one. Yeah.
Definitely did, and we had no
Ghost in the
concessions at
Shell.
the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ghost on?
Ghost in the Shell.
It was here?
Yes, Ghost in the Shell.
Wow.
Yeah, we were in it.
What?
Were you
Not
in
the,
it?
well, the first
No.
one. The first one wasn't, but the series that followed to the sack.
This
Oh, really?
Uh,
Oh,
yeah.
no. I just remember that. No.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. My friends, before I even really was into anime, that was like the one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That was the one.
Really?
I know.
I know.
How much is the print?
For you, special price. For you, special price.
Double?
What do you got on you?
Under table?
Oh, I love it.
That is so funny. Yeah, I'm trying to, I can't, the chat feed has just gotten crazy.
It gets crazy, right? It does, yeah.
Well, it's
That's-
not
that's-
even,
that's-
it's a technical issue. Andrew, what's your message to the people? Let's
In closing, what would you like to say?
we've got you here in the time machine. We need you to give them
So
something.
just give me an hour of your time. My message to people is thank you. Thank you for watching our Anime Time Machine episode today. My real message is thank you, beautiful people, for inviting me.
Oh, we are so
Great
happy
to
to
have you
have you
here.
here.
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you so much.
Cool. Yeah.
Like we've been doing this for so long.
A lifetime, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Quite literally.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty literally.
I know.
I think I might have still been pooping myself when we started that ocean.
Yeah, that's like what,
He was
7
pretty
Oh, no,
fresh.
that was in the 20s, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, I've stolen my best voices from you. I've learned some of my best techniques from you, and some of my best directions come from you. Yeah, thank you for raising me in these voice rooms and being a friend and inviting
It's
me
so
here today.
cool.
And thank you everybody for listening to us.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
We love you
Good to see
guys. You've been amazing. Your questions, your presence, your fun conversations. So thank you so much.
Really
We're
appreciate
gonna see
joining
you
you.
soon. We try to do this every month, so hopefully we'll see you on a Sunday soon.
Yeah.
And Andrew will be back. We'll keep track. We'll be telling you everything that's going on. We'll report back about the meditation getaway, the retreat. We'll go to Tulum, and then
We'll all be there. Come
we'll
join
be
us.
there.
We're all going. Everyone's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yay!
All the cool kids are going.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
You think cool kids are cool kids?
Cool. Well,
Ah!
let's get that under the table right away. Bye,
Back in
everybody.
the time
Thank you.
machine.